and is intended only for mature audiences.
Quite possibly the craziest scattering to get a show going of all time today.
And yet perfectly on time.
And yet perfectly. What? It is weird. Right. Just to kind of let you in, chat. This should be on Gary's channel, but it's not. This was Gary's week, but it's not. Gary could not make it back home in time. He's still about 2-3 hours away from home. So instead of what he normally does, he'll normally text me. Does he text me? No. What does he do? He puts it in the Twitter messages. I can't make it back. We're going to have to switch channels. I've got a blackout in this area. Blackout means no electricity. All electricity's gone. I've had a scheduled blackout. So I've had like no electricity today. So I'm waking up, no electricity, right? I'm kind of going through my day, no electricity. It's a weird day, obviously. Because no electricity meant I couldn't get my shower. You know, couldn't make a coffee. Couldn't do anything. And because who's raiding? Who's raiding? Somebody's raiding from somewhere, don't know. And because is it the Nanuna? and I've got I haven't updated my phone. Well, not updated, but I haven't put data on my phone, so I couldn't even use 5G, 4G. Oh. G&G raid. Okay. Hey, G&G raid.
Hello.
What? So the power comes back on about an hour ago. So as soon as the power comes back on, I'm having to set things back up on the PC because like everything's just like completely out of whack. The speakers aren't working. The audio mix is all over the place. I said to you before the start of the stream, I don't even sound right in my own headphones. But you say I sound okay.
Yeah, I mean, you sound okay to me. And it seems like chat, you know, they don't seem to have any issue.
No, they're too busy right now. Too busy raining in. And so I get everything set up and I start this video and I do this video and I get it done with about 6 minutes before the stream starts. And I'm here to myself going, ha, aren't I great? Just got my video edited. When we're doing the real BBC, I'm going to make my thumbnail as we're chatting, you know? So I go to the room to get the link for the stream, and that's when I see for the first time, can't make it. Can't do it. Can't make it today, boys. You're going to have to switch channel 6 minutes before the fucking show starts.
And look at that. Nailed it still.
And yet, somehow, I can still be on time, Gary. Still be on time. Oy vey. Molly, how you doing?
Oh, you know, pretty good. Getting on with editing, shockingly. I actually mentioned that I'm working on something. I think you're aware of what it is.
I know what you're working on.
It was such a... I think I was talking to Platoon, who was like, oh, you know, you completed the 17 and a half hours, so how are you going to celebrate? You're going to take some days off? Going to play some games, go outside? And I was like, oh, I've already started celebrating with editing. was, as the video was premiering, I was editing. So it's back on with the project. But if I can get this one sorted, then I'll have some time off when Metal comes here and we can play some video. Because video games, if you've not heard as, they're kind of cool. They're kind of neat.
What are they?
They're these basically like they're like movies, but you press buttons and then the characters will do whatever you tell them to do. I know.
Wow.
I know. Yeah.
That sounds cool.
It was really fucking cool, man. Down to the point you can move them around. You can open doors. You can play as the Golem man from Lord of Rings.
Golem.
There's a game that lets you play as him. It's crazy.
That's
yeah, and you know, it's insane because you get all these different people trying to make all these different ones, and they get their own identity and genre and tone. Yeah, there's some really cool ones out there, and I was just playing a game, little indie game from an unknown company called Meteoroid, and it's like a sci-fi romantic comedy sort of. It's like Predator. It was and just getting engaged and having a stream.
You got engaged.
Yes, to the game.
Congratulations, man.
People think that's insane, but love can come from anywhere, honestly. And you just gotta let it blossom.
Particularly at 4:00 in the morning when you wake up horny.
It's funny you say that because I think I was up till like 4:00 playing that game or something. Time went fast, or it was late again. But I'm a huge fan of the Meteoroid series. Love me some.
That's the one that's got. I know this one. It's the one that's got the WWE wrestler Sheamus. Sheamus is the. He's the main guy, isn't he?
Sheamus Prime. Yeah. And he like crawls everywhere to get around and like on walls and stuff. It's kind of like Spider-Man inspired. Nice. Or I think Spider-Man was inspired from this. I can't remember. I think it was both. They both got made in the same room by the same guy. And
he looked over his shoulder, saw the other guy. Was just like, I'll have a bit of that.
Yeah, he was like drawing the comic while also coding. He was like, these can't be the same thing. They need to be two different things. And people were like, why didn't you just make it the same IP but different mediums? And he was like, why would I do that? That's stupid. And then of course they were like, why don't you focus on one at a time? And he's like, that's also stupid.
Stupid. That is stupid.
And yeah. So, and it's the only time anyone ever did that. But it worked out because we got Spider-Man and Meteoroid. So this is the roundabout way of saying that I've been made upset by another game. Basically.
Well, as I just briefly told you before the strum, I was lurking for large portions of that stream.
I assume you are aware of the man in that game, quote unquote.
Yes. You seem to really love him.
Yeah.
And even before the game came out, the memes were already starting about him.
You say memes, you mean that in the quintessential sense of I think, because it's short for memetic, right? Where it's spreading through people's interest. Like, not in the sense that you create a meme that's really funny and everyone laughs and it's a clever observation. You mean in the sense that everyone is spreading this information because it's spreading like wildfire because it's so fucking horrible.
Yes, the guy looks fucking retarded. And looks like he's gonna be annoying as hell.
It looks like he's gonna be.
Well, before it came out. Before it
right, yeah.
So I mean, now that's been confirmed. But yes, it's kind of is this the Metroid game that they gave up on and restarted because they said it didn't meet our standards, and then they said we're going to go back to the drawing board with this one and be patient.
I wish I knew more of that history, but I know that this one, it's just like, is it like an 8-year turnaround people have been talking about or something?
It is. Yeah, chat's already saying, this is the one. Yeah, because they were developing it, and then the president came out with a statement saying we scrapped it and we're starting again.
It's such a standard story, unfortunately, of you love an IP and then it has this significant change, and all you can do is assume it's like, oh, they're trying to appeal to a wider market. But why?
From my observations from watching it, well, I wouldn't want to touch this game with a barge pole.
No,
And it looks so generic. It didn't look like it had any like if you just said to me, what is this? What game is this? I'd just be like, is this are they ripping off Quake? Are they ripping off Doom?
Well, have you played any Metroid before?
Not much. Only a little. And going back, I haven't played any of like the Metroid Prime stuff, the newer stuff. It's the older stuff that.
Well, I mean, I went back to Super Metroid because it was Reputation, and it's kind of cool to play a game that old and be like, holy shit, this is one of the best games I've ever played. Like old people capable of things. Good for them. They did stuff. It's not like this is reflected immensely with movies or anything. It's like no. But the point being, of course, that seeing it, I don't know, out of context, it would certainly put me in a position of being like, oh, this is Metroid. But a lot of people have said like, oh, it's a great return to form. I love it. It's respectful to blah, blah, blah. While for me, it's more of it's like a creepy photocopy. Like this is, I know where they got the DNA from.
Yeah,
but this is a different creature.
You didn't look like you had much fun.
Well,
the bridge bit was hilarious.
We tried to kill him, but I was successful. The game was
we didn't try to kill him. You just left him. And yes, he did end up dying, and then your mission got failed because he died.
We'll get next time.
Yeah, well, you were just trying to find somewhere to plonk yourself so you could read some super chats, which as a streamer I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I played the fuck out of Metroid Prime when I was a kid, so that game is kind of burned into my memory, and it was amazing because it was a huge jump from 2D to 3D, which is a difficult challenge, especially to maintain your fan base, but possibly even expand it. Metroidvania, it's a genre. You might even say Metroid had a bit of a part to play in that genre being created. But this game has decided that formula needs a change. For one end of it, you create, instead of, because you've played Metroidvanias, presumably?
Yes.
So you know how it works? One huge map that you're just carving out on all ends until you go back and forth and around, and it's almost a design that takes advantage of making a game feel longer and bigger while not actually making it longer and bigger.
Yeah.
In the same way that older like NES games had to rely on creating some really difficult challenges in order to extend the time that someone would theoretically play it, because it's just going to be short. Metroidvania can have you feeling like you're truly exploring. It's really what I got out of Metroid Prime. Is why it's one of my favorite like gaming experiences. It felt incredibly atmospheric, isolated, but simultaneously a challenge of like, can you do what you need to do to get more powerful, more knowledgeable, and then dominate the whole world and get yourself everything by the end? It's just almost a standard like gaming thing, but the way that they do it in it is just, it's brilliant. And then Metroid Prime 4, it's like, what if we took the Metroidvania part and made it so that it was extremely linear, and then we copy and paste that 6 times and put it on the corners of a giant empty open world map. And you're like, oh, that's like a different genre. And they're like, no.
When you were in the desert on your bike, I was kind of saying to myself, what am I actually watching here now? And you were running over the crystals to get the crystals.
Which someone warned me I need to pick those up, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble later.
Oh. And I was just,
you love to hear,
thinking, you love to hear that kind of stuff. Particularly if you don't listen to them, and then you get to that part in the game, and you're just like, I'm gonna have to go.
You need 10,000 crystals to progress, and you're like, I have 3.
Oh yeah, what's the guy called?
Miles McKenzie.
Mackenzie, that's it. Yeah. So you got Mackenzie just fucking in your ear, going, yeah, you need to. I saw the bit where you literally read something, and then when you came out the reading of it, Miles just went, "Hey, you can read that," and you went, "I know, I just read it, man. I just read it. Why is the game inserting these things? You know,
the part that killed me was you have a room and there's this door that leads to what is obviously a huge track that looks like it's for a vehicle. I knew there's the vehicle in the game, so I was like, okay, so we're nearly unlocking the vehicle, and that's where we'll go. You get to a console, and it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna need to unlock that door, but you press the button, and the camera pans from the console over to a different door that is now unlocked. And then they come back to you. Samus looks over at the door, and so I'm like, okay, I got it, game. I'm gonna go to the door. Cutscene ends, walk over to the door, open it, there's an elevator, step into the elevator, start going down, and then he calls you, goes, hey, that door that leads to the track, you got to get that open. And we're like, yes. Like, so to do that, you need to go through the other door and go on the elevator. And I was losing it because I was like, I'm at the bottom of the elevator. Like, you can't tell me that you need to go on the elevator.
You've got your own. I hate video games that put an inbuilt backseat driver. I hate it. There's a tolerance that has been broken for me with this game. It's bad enough getting, because for me it's like, if you do the cutscene thing of being like, ooh, what's over there? I'm like, okay. Then a tooltip saying go over there. Then a literal like line or something or quest thing that says here's your marker. It's like, all right, calm down, game. But then to have another fucking NPC in the game go, hey there, pauses the game, opens the map for you, zooms in and says, this is where you need to get. It's like, you have to be joking me. Yeah.
At that point, you just want to hand the controller to the developers and be like, you do it. You
do it. Yeah. You do it then. You do it.
Go ahead.
You
don't need me.
Or you. Yeah. I just need to point this at something and go bam, bam. Is that it? Can I not think anymore? Am I not allowed to engage my brain anymore? Blame Dark Side Phil, remember? The God of War clip.
Yep. I mean, so many games adopt this shit. And it's so sad to see Metroid do it, because it's a game that, like, part of its experience is based on encouraging the player to absorb the whole environment and remember certain shit, right? It's like, oh, curious, this is a big boulder that's in front of what looks like a doorway, but we can't blow it open. You're like, all right, come back later. But this is the kind of game would be like, what does that mean? What's behind here? Whoa.
Maybe if we blew it up.
Hey, why don't you check what's over there? It's a game where all you do is check shit. There's a check shit mechanic. There has been forever. Like, what? Why? You didn't need to do this. And then you have these people. It's already given me PTSD with Outlaws. People being like, people have over-exaggerated. He's actually a really strong character. He gets really great development. Miles McKenzie is a very strong NPC. And it's like, he kind of really adds to the game. A lot of people are like, oh, he's talking too much or whatever. It's like, actually, in the other Metroid games, there's been dialogue. There has been dialogue. It's the equivalent, by the way, of saying, like, holy shit, she doesn't shut up in Predator Badlands. And be like, there have been women in Predator movies before, idiot.
Yes.
And you're like,
well, there was one in Predator versus Alien versus Predator, whichever one.
I saw people saying fucking the girl in Predator, being like, see, there's been a girl before.
Yeah, she didn't say a
lot. He didn't speak much at all.
You know, she was the perfect one. Yeah, didn't say a lot. Pretty much quiet for the.
Oh man, I've only done 5 hours. I think Fringy's similar, but Metal has soldiered on to the point where I think he's getting close to finishing it, and all of us are extremely disappointed because all of us are very familiar with Metroid as an IP. And all I got to report to you is just it's entered the sludge mine and become engulfed by modern sort of sensibilities of how a game should be. And it was an absolute not recommend. It's like, well, that's dead. Hopefully they come back someday. Because Metroid Dread, that I did get to play a little bit, and I've seen, takes on it and stuff, is like an excellent Metroid game, to the point where some people consider it their favorite, and that's relatively new. 2D Metroid. But no, this one's it's just like oh shit. Hopefully this doesn't lead to more games like this in future, because obviously the worst news would be if this turns out to be the best seller of Metroid.
Yes, that's the kind of thing that you dread to hear.
Yeah,
is this is the best seller? And you're just like, oh no, That's only going to encourage them to do more.
Yeah, and they'll be like, we made the right choice. We did all this
Yeah.
correctly. And you're like, oh shit. Well, goodbye, Metroid. You join a bunch of other IPs in the giant slop factory of like basically you know what I mean when you this is what I was saying earlier. You carve out like we're gonna have less of this element, more of this element, we're gonna do this and have this genre, this tone, and it's gonna appeal to this selection of people, but not to most general people. And you're like, ooh, risky. And you're like, no, this is built for a particular experience. People are going to love it. And that's why we end up saying, hey, Az, have you played, Grumbo 3? And you're like, no, I've just never been a kind of Grumbo guy. And you're like, I've been busy playing, Blim Blam. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I like Blim Blam, but I've never really engaged with the blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and that's fine. You don't need me and Az to both say, I've played both of those games and I find them to be acceptable. Like, okay.
Oh, yeah. I've not seen or heard actually, particularly anything positive about this Metroid. That sounds interesting watching you play it, to kind of get your perspective. And it was pretty early doors that it was looking like, Morley gonna struggle with this, methinks.
It's I mean, I'm not trying to be hyperbolic in any way. I'm not trying to say it's the worst thing ever or anything. It's not. It functions. It's just really sad of where it's come from and where it's clearly going. Like, some people are like, oh, is it going to be another Outlaws video on the way? I was like, no, Outlaws was like a disaster.
Yeah,
This works. It does what it's doing. It's just really sad that so much of it is, thin, pathetic. Yeah, it's just like,
we both had a similar reaction at one point. Me watching and you playing. When you open the door to get to the bridge and you get the vista, and the vista is actually a very nice look, pretty nice looking vista and everything. And I remember, and then it opened up and I was like, oh, that looks pretty nice at least. And then I think you just immediately said, you see, this is the annoying thing, is because everything that's going on, I should be saying like, oh, that's really nice, that vista there. But it's like, yeah. You've been too busy pulled in another direction to kind of appreciate the other elements, some other elements of it.
Well, and it comes back to that like fear of being sincere, right? The so many writers have these days, where anything happens that's a solid emotion of, in Metroid's case, awe, or in some cases suspense, maybe even a little bit of horror, depending on what creatures you encounter in these games. You can't do it for too long. You have to have someone go, whoa, that's insane. That's crazy. Whoa, Samus, can you save me? I'm falling.
If you point your gun at these creatures and pull the trigger, I don't know, maybe you'll be able to shoot them. Just like, go fuck off. Please.
It's like, you get introduced to a new mechanic that allows you to move, like the Batarang remote controlled in Arkham, right? It's the first thing I thought of, but with a power shot or whatever. And it's like, and then it's like, this door could only be shot from behind, and there's a big hole in the wall, and you're like, oh. And then you're just waiting for that motherfucker to be like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I wonder if he's like, shut up. What a crazy puzzle.
Well, I actually think I'm going to be doing, damn it, fucking Zanzoltan, you asshole. I actually thought that I was going to, I'm going to be doing Batman Arkham Asylum as my next playthrough on the gaming channel.
Hey.
And because I did like a stream about it about a year or so ago, maybe a wee bit more. And I think you came in when I was playing, and I was like, hey, Mauler, what do you think? Hey, what do you think of this HUD? Obviously my screen's just empty with just the game, because it's just like, holy shit, do I miss that kind of
I remember
that kind of game.
I did Arkham Asylum as therapy after Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, that doozy. I got to ask, have you been keeping up with the Asmongold DSP
So you and I have our preferred flavors, I guess, because I've been more up to date with the streamer awards shit. I've been finding that hilarious, and obviously,
You're gonna have to clue me in on that because all I've seen is that one presenter saying that if Sea Dog comes on stage, Hassan might shock him.
There's so many little layers to all of that because that's Cinderella. I think this is the problem. I'm gonna mix names up because I know some of them, but I also don't remember how this works. But the criticism they get is the same that fucking Hollywood get. By the way, it's an award show made by people who award themselves.
Yes, it's
pathetic.
It's set up by streamers for streamers,
and obviously nobody like if they were left to votes from the people, you get a hugely different result. And the thing that hits me is just like it was like standout streamer of the year or something, and the person who won it is one of the presenters of the show. I was like, well, let me put it this way, right? If me, you, and Gary made a YouTube Awards of the year,
yes,
and then best video of the year goes to Gary, most insightful video of the year goes to you, and then most interesting
you'd be most insightful. You'd be definitely most insightful.
You just do insightful, interesting, and exciting, and all three of us win. It would be the most like
crazy, huh? What a coincidence! What a coincidence!
We can't control the votes, guys.
we can't control how the other of us voted. You know.
Most awesome, handsome, best of
which award do you want? I prefer that one. Okay, that's fine. I can take that one. Are you good with that, Gary? Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah,
almost, if I were like friend to them setting this up and they said, "Oh, it looks like she'll be winning this one" before the show, I'd be like, "Yeah, I wouldn't do that actually. Even if objectively she is the perfect person to award this, probably not a good idea because it makes it look really incestuous, which you guys already have that huge problem." Because they've been the Twitch aristocracy for fucking ages.
Well, I was amazed during the. We can't do shit like this when Gary's here. I was amazed when the Creator Clash 3 stuff was going down.
Oh yeah.
When it all completely fell apart, and when iDubbbz and Anissa stood away, it was like, and the other people behind it are Alana Pierce and like other. And just like what? Just like, when did these little fucking slurpos come slurping in?
All from the same fucking conglomerated blob.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, God, this whole thing. And then I've recently played Dispatch. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
But my God, like, it was like Alana Pierce does a voice in that as well. And it's just like, oh, and then the chat's just like, oh, well, that person, I was like, well, that person's not a very good actor in this. And then somebody would go, oh, yeah, but they're married to the main character in real life. So I was just like, everything about it was just so Nepo orientated. And it does say Dispatch, something like in association with Critical Role. And it's just so all the Critical Role, who are all married to each other anyway, or rutting each other. We're just kind of all in there, or their mates are in there. It's kind of like, okay, yeah.
Well, yeah, and she's apparently said something like she's gonna make that better next time. She's gonna try and fix it. It's just like, dude, you can't even say, for example, they had an award for like pop culture streaming podcasts or anything like that. I'd just be like, do they even know where to begin? Do they know anything about anything when it comes to like? Do they even include YouTube, or do they just do Twitch? In which case, like, can you imagine?
I think they just do their mates.
That's the thing. It's just like, you guys are fucked. And I saw someone say, it's like, it's not fair. This Cinderella girl, she's getting all their hatred for this when she's done her best, and you know she's made herself the face of it, so she has to take all the brunt of the criticism. And I was just like, well, yeah, she made herself the face of it to try and receive all the praise for doing it. But it's backlashing now because people have. This reminds me of YouTube Rewind. With every year that passes, the more people get aware of just how stupid and pointless and borderline kind of gross it is too.
Well, it became very politicky. Did the YouTube Rewind? You know, there'd be people there who like nobody had ever heard of. You know, who are they? That what not? And then there'd be people there that would be completely omitted, even though they were massive and had huge followings and whatnot. I think didn't PewDiePie, when PewDiePie wasn't asked to be in the YouTube Rewind, I think back in, I don't know, maybe like 2016, 2017 or something. Well, I think that was essentially the beginning of the end, really, wasn't it?
What relevance would the biggest YouTuber have to a YouTube Rewind about the biggest YouTube? Wait a minute.
But Will Smith was there. Remember when Will Smith just turned up? And then it had like Twitch streamers Like, what's it had? What's he called? Fucking purple hair. Purple hair.
Like Ninja, or is he blue?
Ninja.
Hair?
That's it. Yeah, it had like Ninja, and he wasn't even on YouTube. He was a Twitch streamer at the time. It's just like, why have we got fucking Ninja and Will Smith? You know, they got nothing to do with fucking YouTube. Meanwhile, you don't have PewDiePie in, who was like the big, you know, is fighting against this fucking, you know, dirty, filthy fucking music stealing company that were trying to pass themselves off as legitimate now on YouTube. Going, sounds fine by us.
It's rewind time. Rewind time.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Take Ninja's name out your fucking mouth.
So something that was an interesting observation. So I'm not sure what you think of this, right? There was a clip of Pokimane was presenting something. I don't know what it was on the Streamer Awards, and there was this guy watching it. I don't even know who he is, but I saw the clip of this where he's watched it. He just says, no talent, no stage presence. Why are they even at the award shows? He says literally none of these people could like host properly. They can't even talk in front of a stage or whatever. But they're there, and the reason they got there, right, is because they're relatively antisocial people who sit in their cave streaming.
Yeah,
right. So it's like, what are they doing on a stage with a whole group of? And it's funny because I think a lot of people assume that those translate, but they don't necessarily as skills, right? Like a streamer and the host of an award show, the talents required to do both of these things are different.
Massively.
Yeah.
I mean, there are certain YouTube personalities or streamer personalities out there that you can see would translate well to do those kind of things. But a lot of these people are these just talking people, aren't they? Just chatting or whatever it is. And they don't really have anything of that interest to say. Like most of their audience is just waiting for them to bend over so they can see if a bit of Furburger or something. I don't know. But the personalities and like you get them in front of a live audience, put that pressure on them, their peers. Yeah, it's amazing how quickly things can change then.
The way I'd see it is like you get that sort of it's almost like an archetype of the guy who's behind the stage. He maybe isn't talking much. He's got like a drink. He's just like, and people are like, hey, do you want this? He's like, get away from me. And there's like, you're on in 5, and he goes, and then it gets up. And the second he walks on the stage, he's like the most just electric sucking personality. Second it's over, like Krusty the Clown, it's like sits down. Meanwhile, a streamer is like you switch the levels. You keep them on for much longer at much lower energy. It's like a hum of consistent entertainment.
How often do you hear those stories, though, particularly of like wonderful comics from back in the day, like Tony Hancock, you know, great on stage, but seemed to have this aura that, you know, when the cameras are off and when he was off stage, you know, kind of very sad, like ended up killing himself in the end. But you know, very kind of like sad.
Kept assholes, right? Like known for being really charming on stage, and then wasn't Tommy Cooper kind of known to be an asshole? Bit
of an ass. Benny Hill was known to be like quite reserved and shy. Behind, you know, outside of stuff like that. So yeah, there's lots of different. You know, lots of your personality, just people can just turn it on.
Yeah, power up, blast on stage, and then come back down and recharge. I also think loads of people are amazing at hosting shit, but the idea that it's like, well, you're all streamers, so you will be good at it, and then you see it happen. I don't know if you've seen her fucking stand-up, the Cinderella person, some of the jokes she was telling. Whoa.
No, the only thing I saw was literally the person. I don't know if that was Cutie Cinderella that said it, but literally the person that said, "Don't shock Sea Dog if he comes on stage." And then it cuts to Hassan, who's dressed up as fucking Chairman Mao. It's like, what the fuck is he doing? Dressed up as Chairman fucking... I know he's trying to bum China right now, or he's getting bummed by China, or one of the two, but I fucking lost it when it cut to him. I was like, that's the funniest thing Hassan's ever done in his life.
Well, I think there's a moment where someone asks him, "Is like, what are you wearing? Is that like a reference to something?"
It's a reference to the 30 million people that were killed under Chairman Mao's rulership. Like,
Absolutely insane. And I don't know if you saw it, 'cause I did tweet about it, but they have like a podcast after this is all done, and they explain that they agreed with him beforehand that they could make jokes about electrocuting his dog, which it's the kind of thing where it's like, wow, we are in a dystopia, huh? Like,
Oh,
it's bad enough all the criticism you can levy at the streamer awards, but to have them all incestuously collaborate on, let us be in on the joke of
yes.
abusing the animals. Yes, this will make us look very endearing to the audience. Very good.
And then he says, "This is good because now people see me as the dog abuser instead of the terrorist." That's what he said.
Well, I mean, two things can be right at the same time. It's like, come on.
I don't think anybody's gonna be like, your dog abuse it counters.
No, it's that lovable dog abuser, not that awful terrorist guy.
Oh my god! Yeah, I saw
Or
that.
you're the person that's just like, oh, thank God that I am. I'm just. If you just imagine more. Oh, thank God, I'm just going to be known as that rapist and not the murderer.
That's a relief.
Like, what the fuck?
Insane, absolutely insane. And he says it just.
I don't think half these people are right in the head anyway, mate.
No, you should never be caught saying like, "I'm so glad people are calling me the dog abuser."
Oh my God. Hell of an admission, though.
Yeah. And like, what is he even doing there? He's a hazard for any event at this point. You never know what he's gonna fucking say.
Well, he's there because he's the planet, and they need to orbit around the planet.
They've said this. I've seen a couple people say like they have to have him because he's so popular, and it's like, but there's other people who are pretty popular that they're just outright banned, or shadow banned, I guess you could say, right? Like I know Asmongold had a clip talking about how he's never going to be invited to this sort of thing, and it's like, I think
again, that just shows the politicking nature of it, because of course he should be there.
No, of course. What I guess I'm saying is it's a small variable of, yes, they want him no matter what because he's popular, but also Hassan's established, right? They'll keep him for as long as they can. But if he does this shit again, right? If he had like another dog abuse scandal, I wonder if they'd be like, oof.
Dude, we would rather have the dog abusing terrorist guy that is out there corrupting fucking and what's the word that they like to use? When you're co-opting kids or whatever. I can't remember the word that they like to use. But we'd rather have the terrorist dog abuser. That's just going indoctrination. Yes, it's indoctrinating fucking kids into this fucking horrendous political ideology. Then the dude that might say a couple of risky things or actually say stuff which a lot of people are thinking and believing, but it goes against our current political sensibilities. That's great. That's mad.
There was a post where he was like criticizing them. Is this clip, and I saw it got a shit ton of likes. It said something like, "Look at this image. It's all these wonderful, glamorous individuals spreading hope and wholesomeness and togetherness and support with their, sparkly outfits in this wonderful, clean, and perfectly designed environment." And then there's this gremlin in the corner, this unwashed, the roach man who's criticizing them. What a perfect image to represent like who these people are. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, like, so you bought it. They dress themselves up. They talk about how awesome they are, and you're like, you know what? That's true. You guys are great. They haven't done anything. Like what? Pat themselves on the fucking back. It's that meme of giving themselves the medal. It's that.
Oh yeah. It's the Obama giving Obama the medal thing. Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's all collapsing, especially over this year. So many different controversies, not only in Twitch but also with the Twitch aristocracy people. That like the Mizkif guy has been completely excommunicated now. And he's been saying they're not even friends, all of them. They tolerate each other for the benefits of clout and stuff.
Dude, we say that all the time about things like this. You can tell that they're simply doing it right. You can tell, like, particularly with the H3 business, right? With the H3 business, you had iDubbbz and Anissa pull over to Hassan's side. because Anissa wants to spread her legs for fucking Hassan, and Icuck is more than probably happy with that. But they were desperate for that clout because they thought maybe the Ethan bubble was diminishing and the Hassan planet was in rising. And so they wanted to attach themselves to that. Then as soon as that backfired miserably, Hassan, he's done. They did what he got them to do what they needed to do for him, and he's not gonna back them or support them. And then of course we get the copyright because this escalates, of course, and you get the Frogan and the Denims and the Casey-tron.
Yeah.
They do the copyright thing. Hassan, H3 sues them for copyright because he copyrighted the video. Played a very clever game,
Well, he baited and shut the trap.
Yeah, he baited them in and
them up.
Yeah, congratulate.
By the way, I just want it known the DNA of all of that. I'm not going to say it started with EFAP, but we definitely got the ball rolling with it's just crazy to see all of this happen this way because he's currently now going to be sorting out like Denim's court date is going to be October of next year, which is never going to happen. By the time they get there, she's going to settle almost certainly. And it's all over the fact that she steals this shit out of people's videos, which is precisely what we like. Why we were even aware of her. For anyone who doesn't know, sexy and other people, and she doesn't understand what the problem is. She's like, she famously, and it's one of the best quotes on all of EFAP, she says, "What does take pride in your work mean?" Yeah, it's something she actually says. She doesn't know what pride means. Obviously, well, she'll know about it in one context.
She knows about pride in one, for sure, one context. But what happens? What happens when that? Hassan does a couple of, Ethan, just stop it, drop it. That's it. Now he's done. And now, because he was at Casey-tron, I have no idea who that fucking pipehead is. Now that they've settled on Ethan's terms, and he's literally got them to say what he wants her to say.
People like interested in defending Casey-tron were like, "Oh, this is like a hostage video. It's like she's at gunpoint." And it's like, well, yes, she's at the financial gunpoint. Yes, the thing is, her lawyers would have told her, "You can fight this, but you're probably going to lose, and it'll cost you immensely. If you settle now, it'll be the better outcome more than likely. However, you're going to have to eat crow. You're going to have to say a bunch of things you're not going to like to say." And people are like, "Aha, proof that this is all frivolous." You're like, no, that's how this works. Like, you have to concede. Otherwise, why would Ethan give up? And Ethan has said already, I've seen the clip where he said, like, I have given her now, like, space and everything. I could have taken this way further, but, she's cooperated, and so it's getting dropped. And that's all I've seen him say several times, if they had cooperated from the beginning, he probably wouldn't have pushed this very far at all.
I'm not a huge H3 fan, but I believe him when he says that. I actually believe him when he says that. I think he was kind of shocked. Well, maybe not shocked, but he kind of maybe raised an eyebrow when they decided to try and puff their chests out. And again, I think they puffed their chests out because they thought they had the protect of Daddy Hassan.
Yes,
that's why they did it. And then once he had thrown them to the fucking wolves, they were like, "Oh shit."
Have you seen the edit? I think it was Willie Mack's show made it. It's a comparison of a timeline of what Casey-tron's talking about in terms of finances versus what Hassan is currently doing with money. Have you seen this?
No.
Let me. I think you'll find this pretty funny.
I'm finding the whole thing very funny, dude.
I just linked you. It's both a bit dystopian but also hilarious. Because just for context, for anyone who doesn't know, Casey-tron was a streamer who just burps, farts, and gets high, and she basically said she was going to take Ethan's video for all it's worth, right, and act as a market counter, basically like, come here and watch it through me, give me donations, give me the engagement, don't give him it, he's a piece of shit, we hate him. And that's what he wanted. He was hoping they would try this so that would put them in, the very bad area for court case and copyright, which we've discussed this many times, to the point where even the videos I make, I'm sure all of us agree, ethically speaking, it's transformative. I'm not sure I would survive in court with the videos I've made if they gave us a very, very close eye from the people who make the stuff to the people who make the laws. It's a complicated subject. We've not actually figured it out yet. And so something we talked about on EFAP years ago was people like Casey Tron and Denims and everything. They're destroying it for everyone. The more that they steal everything, right? And we're talking, like, I assume you know about this, but they would just outright watch all of, like, Kitchen Nightmares, for example, or Atla or something. They just watch them in full, and they're just sitting there, like, smiling or whatever. And it's like, you can't do this. And Twitch is just like, I don't know. Meanwhile, YouTube has already got the systems in place to protect all this stuff, so it doesn't piss off the major organizations to actually come in with their fucking horde of lawyers to destroy everything for us. That's what we don't want.
There were YouTubers that tried to do this very thing, and it was a bit of a thing for what, 6 months, 8 months, maybe a year, and then YouTube slapped right down on it.
Yeah, and so Ethan was like, they keep stealing everything, and so he set out to make a video, promote it widely, and then see what happens. And I think all three of them stated that they wanted to be a replacement for it. And then, of course, created very shit reactions. We're not talking EFAP style here, guys. For every 1 minute, we create 6 hours or anything. This was more of a, like, I think Denims even said, it's like, your video was an hour. I made a thing that was 2 hours. And it's like, that's actually pretty shit. And when you account for the fact that a lot of it pausing will just be her going like, what will I eat today?
Or just pause
Perhaps
it. No, because they don't pause to go to the loo. They just go to the loo and let it run, don't they?
Exactly. So, he's extremely confident that he's going to get the same result with Denims and with Frogan. And Denims has thrown Frogan under the bus. Did you see that?
Well, hold on. I do have a question about Frogan. The only reason I know about this fucking abomination is because the meme of them always winning streaming newcomer. Did Frogan win streaming newcomer?
I don't know. I feel like I've gotten 2 stories on that one. I just know that Rising Star is what it's called, right?
Okay, yeah, I don't. Whatever. I don't watch this fucking shit.
Let's just perpetually. She's perpetually winning Rising Star. That's the meme. That's all I know.
She gets like every 100 people, 200 people watching her or something. That's it.
That was what I understand it to be. I don't know the specifics. If I can, there's some people.
Okay, so what's Denims doing to Frogan then?
So maybe we should do this first, right? So this one is Casey Tron went up against him fully, Ethan, and her lawyers must have told her you need to settle because you're going to lose. She did. She's given the remainder of her GoFundMe to Ethan, and he's said it's all quits. We're done.
Look how dirty a microphone is, man.
And so she put out a statement, and this
is dirty.
Yeah,
dirty.
This
dirty.
Don't be dirty.
Don't be dirty.
And so this is a collection of clips where she was basically, before she'd settled, saying she needs help. Like if she wants to do this fight, she's going to need more help, and it's going to show you. Like Hassan had a famous clip where someone accused him of not supporting these women who need his help, and he said, "If I support them, you're not going to know about it."
Yes,
implying, of course,
that he was
likely
behind the
either has already helped them or will. So yes, you may.
We all know that's not happening.
No,
but I did appreciate Ethan's manners, where he thanked iDubbbz and Anissa for their contributions.
He went through. We can talk about that in a second, actually, after this, probably. That shit's funny.
I cannot afford to fail them. I simply want this nightmare to be over so that I can go back to providing my family with my full support.
Hassan during this time was vacationing in China, betting on horses.
Betting it all on a horse race.
I put $1,000 on my boo-boo.
Does it sound like La Boo Boo?
A little bit.
It's also just like really hard because,
these just to really put it into some sort of context that maybe chat won't understand. Imagine if this thing here is D-Day Cobra, right? This is Jeremy, and Gary is Hassan, and everyone else is the Friday Night Tights crew, right? This is Hassan is Gary. He's just fucking done. I'm off. I'm doing my own thing. Jeremy can fucking burn type of business. Those are the orbiters of Hassan.
And even like with like my mom and like my dad and like my grandparents and stuff, it's like I don't want them to know like how this is affecting me and like how hard this is and like how financially.
Well, just don't buy all your fucking weed then. Maybe use the weed money.
Oh, I'm sure she's learned her lesson from this. Like, and this is kind of, I think, the point that Ethan was trying to make was like, stop fucking around. You know,
Hello.
like treat this properly. Hello.
We've acquired
Netflix Gary is in the building. Yeah.
Netflix,
Fresh
ladies
off
and gentlemen.
the DC acquisition.
Gary Beekler is here. We're I don't know if you're aware at the minute, but we're because Gary's away and the Schlurpo can play.
Yeah.
We're balls deep into this whole Hassan streamer awards, Casey Tron Orbiter, Ethan fucking it's funny as fuck.
Okay.
Damaging this is.
They're lining up. Let's go.
They're lining up.
Oh.
Yeah, they're racing. Go, go, go!
I'll tell you something though about Hassan right here. There's something I will absolutely agree. Based on what we're seeing right now, no, you would never know. You would never know.
He's it's fascinating too because he got in trouble for this with his audience, right? Horse betting and stuff, because they're so progressive that it's like you couldn't possibly you shouldn't be doing anything like this with animals. And there was this like very famously covered post. It had like a lot of posts. It was like, Hassan's got a little bit of a blind spot when it comes to animal rights. It was said sincerely by his audience. It's like, oh yeah, that's like one of his sort of. It's like, oh, that's unfortunate. It's like to the point where it leads him to abusing animals. He's just like, yeah, well, fuck it, you know. It's just like, well, it's fine to follow him anyway. And but obviously, what's funny about this is that while she's just pouring her tears out, talking about how she's basically doomed on the lawsuit, one that he was totally in favor of, like her winning and everything. He's just out here betting on horses.
Yeah.
Just burning his money. He bought a fucking.
That's his money. It's not hers.
No, well, I mean, it wouldn't matter if he hadn't said he's going to support them, but then didn't.
But he's never going to do that. He needs to maintain the he
doesn't have to support them, but it gets confusing, right? In the same vein as his like proposed ideology. None of his actions make any fucking sense. He's one of the most ruthless capitalists you've ever seen.
Yes. But what did he say himself? He said, I'd rather be... These are his words, by the way. They're bullshit. But these are his words. I'd rather be a rich socialist than a broke capitalist. Those are his words.
He's supposed to be emperor of the world.
Well, he's not
exactly what he wants.
You're not a socialist, mate. You are a capitalist, okay? So you've taken full advantage of the capitalist system and you've made your money through that. Well, you haven't actually. You've made your money through nepotism. But... you know, let's just say that you do go down with your streaming and your all that kind of stuff, your glad handing, you know, you got your capitalist roots.
So to be absolutely clear, money means something no matter why. I totally understand that. He is a man who makes bajillions.
Yeah.
The kind of support Castron and others were asking for, you'd see it because you were referencing just now, but like iDubbbz gave, I think, $400. Anissa gave $1,000.
iDubbbz gave $420.
$420.
Do you get it? $420.
What I'm trying to say here is like that's considered like, you supported them, thank you, thumbs up. That is so little in terms of money to Hassan. He's on a stream, and I'm not sure if the clip is in here. He's holding a fucking plushie, and he said it cost between like $400 and $500.
Well, didn't like a couple.
Why can't he? Like, if he can spare it for a fucking cuddly creature, why wouldn't he want to support someone in a political battle that he thinks will create precedent that's going to change everything in the world and ideologically speaking is, you know, so important? You know what I mean? It's just like you wouldn't.
A couple of years ago, he did the he do a fundraiser for iDubbbz because or was it even this year? He did a fundraiser for iDubbbz charity because the whole you know, the boxing thing was falling apart, and they raised like couple of $100,000 or something, 200. Like,
I can't remember the history on that, but it's just fascinating to watch these people. Like, because part of her statement was that he did not support her whatsoever, and she found that
yes
pretty sad.
He doesn't want like 30 grand.
You won 30,000 Hong Kong dollars? I don't know.
Rich, keep getting fucking richer.
I was like, I need to hurry up and do this quick before my dad wakes up so he doesn't see me. Like, I feel like I'm also kind of like hiding a lot of the pain from my family.
What?
How much do you
Someone
think
give me
I
the
want? The money
backstory so
spread?
I understand what's her connection to Hassan.
So she stole the like as part of reacting on Twitch, the H3 video. He sued her for that, the copyright. This is the big drama that's gone on for a while. We've come to a head on that one. She's settled, and she's had to pay the remaining fees that she has. And Ethan didn't charge her beyond that. He just said, "Give me the money that you have left of the GoFundMe for this whole court case." And of course, like, you need to make a few statements, and she did. But this, I think, happened just before that, where she basically made a stream saying that she's losing the fight. She's got barely any money left, and she needs the support to be able to take care of some of her family members as well. Which,
what was the background on so what was the premise?
The
Why was he
video
sued?
was from H3H3, which I
Okay.
believe was called the content drop on Hassan Piker.
content nuke,
This
I
is,
think.
this is what links it all together.
Yeah.
So, content nuke, sorry, not content drop, content nuke on Hassan Piker. So his orbiters go into bat for Hassan and say, watch the video on our channel. We're just going to stream it so that Ethan doesn't
so he
get
doesn't
the
get the
click,
money.
doesn't get
Gotcha.
the view, doesn't get the revenue from this content nuke. We must protect Daddy Hassan at all costs.
You combine
So
that.
So she was one of the ones that was streaming the
Yes.
episode.
And to be fair, she's probably the worst of the three, I think, in terms of stating exactly her intentions, which is to essentially steal it.
Steal them
And
all,
then
that
the
was a big
coverage.
no-no.
She'll have like a bong and basically just get high and not say much of anything. The memes with her is that she'll fart and burp all the time while the video's playing, and it's just the kind of thing of like, why would you even watch this? And so she did that, and obviously has faced immense consequences for it, and is probably not going to do it again. At least I'd assume that.
Right.
But meanwhile, of course, her surrounding friends and peers, including Hassan, were like, no, you should fight this and you're going to win because Ethan's got no case. This is frivolous. And of course, he's won, essentially.
Oh, yeah, he's got them all. I mean, isn't Frogan looking to settle as well?
So,
I think
so
Denims is the only one that's trying to have some sort of bravado,
With,
but she'll fall in line.
with this statement from Casey Tron, Denim's put out this whole thing basically saying she's got it. She's going to be able to defend it almost with ease. She knows everything about how this is going to work. Remember, I just keep in mind, everybody, Denims is one of the stupidest people that's ever existed, and I don't say that lightly. Immense, like, empty brain. There's just nothing in there. But anyway, she said, like, confidently, I'm going to do this. And as part of her pitch, after Casey Tron has bowed out essentially of the fight, is her saying she's pretty sure Frogan's going to give up too. So any money should be going to me. Like, all of you should be supporting me, because she believes that Frogan is going to settle soon as well.
So 3 people in total got sued by Ethan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're all 3 of them are orbiters around Hassan.
Yes.
Like that's unfortunate. That is.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to put the pieces together. So essentially, the person that they orbit around,
One was a two-time streaming newcomer winner from the Streamer Awards.
Rising star.
Rising Star, sorry.
and then they got the pants sued off of them, and yeah, that was a
Yeah,
critical
because
error.
Ethan copyrighted the video.
Yeah, of course.
So he'd copyrighted the video. Then when they played it, then he hit them with the.
It was all a trap. He knew they.
Yeah,
could do
it
this.
was a trap for sure.
Yeah,
and they see it as
That's
like
crazy.
They see him as like morally disgusting for setting the trap and for closing it
It's
on
like
them.
his
And just-
entrapment, basically.
But it's fascinating to me because I'm just like, you guys are stealing people's stuff.
I know.
And not only stealing it, but like celebratorily announcing that, like, we're gonna steal this. Fuck you. It's like, oh, okay. Best of luck. And of course, Denim said she wishes to set a precedent of defense against, like, for fair use and everything. It is so insane to see her say shit like that when I know that all 3 of us have had to deal with this sort of shit in the past, depending on what you do, but like how you use clips, how you comment and critique and all that fair use sort of stuff. And it's like, you used 1 second too much of a trailer clip.
Right,
You're out.
right.
It's like, okay, fine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. Meanwhile, like I said, she's stealing full seasons of TV shows just on Twitch. And she's like, hey, fair use, guys. What the fuck
That's
are you
insane.
talking about?
That's insane. So what's so as far as the fun, obviously I'm trying to figure out like Hassan's role in this as far as like pitching in. So he didn't, are we saying that he didn't like help those guys out, those three out financially at all?
His claim, well, Casey Tron had when she settled with Ethan, she put out a statement, and part of the statement that she put out was that she received no, I think it was financial or mental support.
Yeah, he didn't even send her a message apparently.
Yeah, from Hassan.
Nothing.
And then Hassan's rebut to that is that if I was to help, you would never know.
Which is convenient because, of course, if he didn't help, that would also be the case.
Yeah, that would be,
exactly.
that would also be true.
Essentially, he's saying you'll never know if I did or I didn't. So I can do nothing, and I can play that I helped in the background. And of course, most likely, a lot of his audience would just believe him and whatnot.
Of course, yeah. Damn, that's unfortunate.
And those are thousands, by the way. I won $30,000. $30,000.
You know, like my whole life, it's just been a fucking fight to get through and survive.
If we put the whole pile of cash that she had, I would have made 60 American grand. I gotta do
the socialist, by the way, the socialist, ladies and gentlemen, the socialist is Hassan Piker.
And it's just not a good look, man. Like, it's a very serious thing that his friends are going through in theory, right? From his POV and for his fans, this is a desperate situation where they need to defeat the evil monster Emperor Palpatine, H3H3. And, like, here he is. He can help them. He can give them the means to defend themselves. And he's just like, nah, I got to gamble it. You're like, okay.
That's crazy, man. That says a lot about that guy, man. And it also is a lesson for sure. I mean, I think people that come from that, or cut from that cloth, or whatever you want to call Hassan Piker, like, he doesn't give a shit about any of these guys that orbit around him. He doesn't give a shit about his followers or anything like that. You guys are a means to an end, to helping him live this sort of lavish sort of lifestyle that he lives in the social. And now we all knew that. I've known this forever about him, even where he stands from like the political and economic aspect. It's all horse crap. You know what I mean? Like all of it. He may can espouse socialism, but you know, he's a champagne socialist for sure. But that is unfortunate for three guys, really, because they, like you, put themselves in harm's way with a guy, used this material, and then he just said, "Fuck it, I'm out." Like, you're on your own. That's a lesson, if nothing else.
Dude, that's the clout game. That's the clout game. Live and die by it. I mean, I have zero sympathy for anyone in this situation whatsoever.
Well, yeah, they put themselves in it. I mean, people that think Hassan's like genuine there, that I guess that's on you, I guess. But damn, dude, like, that's just, Hassan's an interesting case. I was looking at that some clips from that whatever streaming thing that just happened, awards or whatever, and they were joking about the whole dog stuff. It is quite fascinating how forgiving that culture has been of him and some of the things that he's done as far as his antics.
Only because of what he could potentially do for them.
Yeah, well, that's why. I mean, it's more of a status thing, right? And he's important to that especially that side politically. So yeah, to come out of a lot of that, like, relatively unscathed, sure, people are going to do their videos and talk about him, but he is still firing on all cylinders. And that to me is very interesting, because I know if one of us shocked our dog on camera, we're fucked. Like, that's probably the end of all of this shit, like, for sure. Or we're going to be very contained to like a little corner of the internet. And he's somehow come out of this relatively unscathed. I find that just so fascinating.
There's do you guys remember there was a girl YouTuber who did a lot of videos with her dog, and she one day accidentally uploaded the wrong video.
Yes.
And it was her, I think she hit the dog when it wasn't.
She spat on it. Spat on it. She like forced it on the ground, spat on it, clearly was hitting it.
The idea being all of what she put on the videos was for show. The reality was it's a, you know, to her, it's a dancing monkey sort of thing that she abused. And She tried to move past it. She tried to take a break. She tried to all this, and it didn't work. And she was just fucked. And you could say it's like, well, the whole content is her dog, though, so that makes more sense than with Hassan. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's like people with animals, they get very, but because I agree with you, it's like the fact that he could bulldoze past this eventually is insane. Still,
that's insane to me. That's impressive, if nothing else, because I just know that. Well, it's not even that we have to speculate. I mean, we've seen people get, absolutely destroyed for less. So that is impressive that he's really gonna run. I mean, so much so that you're going around and everybody's joking about it. It was like hee haw giggling. That to me, I didn't even predict that. I figured that. Well, let's kind of assume that he would take at least some sort of hit.
Imagine if it was Ethan that shot the dog.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine the outcry that would be there. Imagine the no doubt incessant attacks that would be persistent right now. So it is definitely it is rules for thee and not for me.
Oh, for sure. Which is socialism. So I guess he's embodying that.
He's leaning into that aspect.
Yeah, for sure. That's if nothing else, that's very socialistic.
Model socialist.
Let's wrap up this wonderful socialists winnings.
Do like a photo out there with the money spread, like with the racetrack behind it.
I'm so confused.
Like, look how much money I have, everybody.
If it turns out, right, in a year's time, Hassan's just going to come out and goes, I'm actually, my name's David Bennett. And I've been doing a parody character of a champagne socialist for the last 15 years.
I want to see how far I could take it.
Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah. I would be like,
and like he explains even the stuff with his dog was all staged.
Yes,
like it's all fake, all done ahead of time. And
it's a very well trained dog. He shows how the dog can do all these crazy tricks that make it look like he's shot, stabbed, fucking electrocuted, drowned.
Well, they do like a behind the scenes. He's got like a director that's just off screen. They've got all the sound effects prepared. And they're like, the dog was a full mechanized puppet. It was like,
oh man,
yeah, we just made so much money. We actually could create this robotic dog.
It was live action CGI.
These fucking idiots were just falling for it left, right, and center. They were just throwing millions at us, just millions. We didn't know what to do. We only wanted to do this for a couple of years.
We were trying to piss them off. It just didn't work. They never
do all that. And the fans are like, masterful gambit. They still support him, and he's like, no, I'm saying I'm not. I lied about everything. They're like, yeah, we still support you. Like, no.
Yeah, that'd be like,
oh man, that'd be a trip.
We love you. What do we believe in now, David? What do we believe in now? Tell us. Oh, this is amazing. Oh,
just surviving. You know what I mean?
Socialism.
Yeah, socialism right there. That's it.
Man.
Oh,
that's it. Wow.
Holy.
He's a fascinating case, man. He's a fascinating. He's watched a few of my videos. Back in the day, he used to, when I used to be like really, really doing all the political stuff, he used to watch my fucking videos on stream and stuff. So
that guy there, that's a narcissist, that guy.
Yeah. Golly. Now I don't know those three individuals that got sued, but that's gotta suck, man. Even if they aren't conceding that publicly, which it sounds like some of them are. That's gotta suck. Like this guy that you look up to, and you did all this to try to protect him, and then got your pantsuit off, and then he just said, "You're on your own." That is unfortunate.
I mean, yeah, because they felt somewhat protected, I think, right? Because if they got drawn into something like this, they'd be like, "Oh, Son will back us."
Yeah.
Like, nope.
Yeah. You'd have to think that's
on us.
You'd have to think that's I mean, largely why they did it, right? Like,
of course,
like completely thinking they're shielded from the consequences entirely, which is also pretty socialist. But that is that sucks, man. It is for sure a lesson in backing those types. You all are a means to an end. It's one thing that I appreciate of guys that are on our corner of the internet is how genuine they are. You know, actually getting out there, interacting with our fans. and stuff like that, because we recognize this stuff could go away tomorrow, and we appreciate them so much. And then to watch a guy just over there flaunting money, simultaneously claiming to be a socialist, and then watching his folks get the pantsuit off of him, and he's just like, yeah, I'm good. That's night and day difference. That's insane.
So what is Cutie Cinderella? Are they being like piled on because of the Nepo, or because of the what is the because I heard them say something ridiculous like, oh, I just wish I'd never, if it could, I just wish I wasn't a streamer, or just wish I could.
Yeah.
And then somebody just replied, well, you can stop. You've made all your money.
That.
You've made all the money from it. You can stop tomorrow. And
Oh yeah,
they're
also, I saw that. Yeah.
They're also majorly responsible for ruining streaming. That lot, the fucking aristocracy. It's crazy how much influence they've had and how they've driven it into. Is that they're on Twitch, guys? That was a game streaming site.
Yep.
It's gotten so bad that most people are just like, huh? You're like, yeah, of course, huh? Like that's what it was. There was a time where if you didn't stream a game, like if you were just talking, you could be banned.
Yeah, it wasn't no just chatting. That was not a thing.
And you had to there had to be a size proportion to the game on the screen versus the size of you.
That is right. Yeah. Early on, that is true.
If you were too big, if you were taking up too much real estate on the then you could get into, yeah.
Wow. So much has changed.
And then they're showing the fucking assholes.
Yeah, I was just about to say, people full eagle spread.
Yeah.
I think it's just enough time has passed knowing it's like they're all extremely fake. They were just celebrating themselves over and over again, and it's all extremely like hollow and pathetic. And then just combine that with like the way there's like protection for Hassan, or all those weird jokes that have been posted where it's like desperate to try and please a whole audience, but simultaneously none of it means anything. And then just not celebrating streamers that actually should be there, or at least should be mentioned, right? Do you see the one about she said something like about Queso, the streamer? Her joke was something along the lines of,
I don't know who these people are, mate.
I don't know who the streamer is. I just know that he's pretty fat, I think, and so her joke was he was beaten out by someone with like 900,000 subscribers or something, because all he could do was eat 900,000 subs. And it just crashes out as like because you could tell that the person who wrote it was like subscribers, subs, like sub. Yeah, that's good. And she delivers it. And this is coming back to what we were talking about with like the hosting shit, timing. I don't know how else to put this. When you've watched enough stand-up comedians or hosts of shows and stuff, there's a way you have to deliver jokes. You can make a bad joke great. I would cite Norm Macdonald could make anything funny because of the way that he would say it.
Fuck yeah.
But then there are people who can make literally anything not funny. You can take any joke and make it terrible because of the way that you deliver it. And so, yeah, every clip I've seen, I've been like, oh. And then people be like, why is she hosting? Like, because they're the Twitch leaders. They're the ones that have to do it.
That's the iDubbbz and Anissa of the Creator Clash.
Yeah, they're the one. It's funny, by the way, naming herself Cinderella. I was thinking about that. Like, you have nothing in common with Cinderella, just so you know. It's like, well,
here in my sphere, maybe it's a Yorkshire thing, but calling somebody a princess is a bit of an insult.
Well, you know what she's going for, right? It's like the strength of character that is in someone like Cinderella, the effort that goes into taking yourself from a lower position to a higher one, and putting up with all of these like oppressive elements of maybe it's family, economy, whatever have you. And it's just like, you kind of had everything provided for you. It's kind of weird to be like, I'm like Cinderella. It's like, yeah, okay. But I get what you mean.
We got Netflix, Gary. Anyway, we don't need you no more. We don't need you. We don't need you no more. We got Netflix, Gary here. Netflix trans black Gary, and who really is looking forward to working in a coal mine.
Coal mines, absolutely.
We might get to that
December 15th or whenever the fuck.
Something tells me, Ollie, that the irony is something that is going to be lost on a lot of these people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So what's the other thing? What was the thing that you brought up before the clip?
Well, give me a clue.
I can't remember. Otherwise, I'd lead straight into it. But you said, it was it was Ethan reading off the names of all the people that
So
sent money.
What's happened now, of course, is that all of the remaining money that went to support Casey Tron's case has gone to Ethan, which again, some people are like, oh, it's horrible. It's like, could have gotten way more than that. That's what he was like, just that, and we'll leave it there. But now Denims is like, give me more. And so I think they went to a GoFundMe page, and all the donations that are coming in, he's like, those are going directly to me. Like, because they just don't realize it yet, because that's inevitably what's going to happen with her case as well.
Damn.
But no, she's certain that she'll win. I don't know why, but hey, she said she knows what she's doing, and then she actually wrote out her whole like strategy, strategy for the court case. She wrote it out in a twit. I was about to say twit longer. I think it was just a regular tweet, and it's just like, what are you doing? Did your lawyer say you should do this? Like what?
Right.
I thought you'd already established that we're not talking about the sharpest knife in the drawer here.
Exactly, and yes, someone pointed out he is encouraging people to donate. Because it's going to go to him anyway.
He's going to grab it.
Yeah. I don't think Ethan's got anything to worry about in any of this situation.
That was the whole plan, right? It was to wait for them to essentially tie the noose themselves and then, snap the trap shut.
Yeah, hold on. So I just want to, since Eric's just dropped in here, this is a tweet from Ethan. Again, I gotta give him props. He's been fucking jokes all the way through this situation. But Hassan, this is Hassan tweets out, I'm at a very Chinese point in my life. He's wearing this.
That's silly, man.
Oh no, God. And then Ethan tweets, imagine you are a descendant of one of the 60 million slaughtered by Mao, and you see this white American tanky worshipping one of the most prolific mass murderers of all time. It is clown world, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I just say the fact that he can get away with it is
exactly
what I am most impressed with socially.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should, though.
That is very true.
Because that has a certain level of self-awareness and restraint.
Yeah, which, you got to have discipline. But when you have, looking at that from his perspective, for the most part, everything is just rolled right off of them. And I think that has a way of emboldening people to be even crazier, say even more, dumb things, because even from his financial aspect, like any ban that he faces on Twitch is always temporary. It's like, hey,
usually stay off.
Yeah, hey, no streaming on the weekend or something like that, and that's it. So he hasn't faced a whole lot of even socially, man, just consequences. So it's like he's coming out unscathed. If nothing else, I am very impressed by that. If nothing else,
bye, Moni.
See you, Marlon.
Nice.
Ripping the Silverback has taken over the real BBC.
It started off as he started off as a real BBC. It's now ripping the Silverback.
That's ripping the Silverback.
What is going on today?
Extended show will be carrying on through tomorrow.
This is so weird now. This is episode 96.5, maybe 96.75.
Yeah.
Of ripping a Silverback. We're waiting for the Nuna raid to come in.
Hostile takeover, yeah.
I don't know.
Hostile takeover of ripping.
Yeah. Maybe it's Eric. Maybe.
Yeah, it's my plan all along.
Netflix Gary's just making some moves now.
It was my plan all along. Man.
Excellent. Gary's off the table. Now it's time to remove more.
Just operating behind the scenes, man. Behind the scenes.
Eric, you could have just said, "Hey, can you show off our Ripper work?"
No, I was like, "This is the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick everybody off one by one, force my way onto the show."
I'm the only one left, am I? Well, I guess.
Yeah, right. And next thing you know, Az is gone, and it's just me.
Yeah. I guess I can only share what I can share. Oh, look what I got! I got Ripperverse stuff. Excellent. Domination shall be mine. It's a third world takeover. No, who said that? Come on now.
I'm not from Somalia. though.
Yeah, I know. Have you seen the fucking there's an Insta reel that keeps? I'm sure my Insta reel is just now set up for bigotry and racism. It's awesome, and there's some guy, and he'll just be like, "Can you tell Asians apart?" And he says, "Yes." He says, even though a lot of people say Asians all look the same, it's very distinct. And he'll bring up pictures, and he'll bring up a picture of an Asian. And he'll go, "Right, they're from yeah, correct."
Right.
It brings up another picture. It's there from and then he'll just bring up a picture of us, and he'll just go Somali, and then he'll just go quick straight onto
that's easy. It's one of the easiest Africans Somalians and Ethiopians. Like that,
it's got a very distinct look.
Yeah, they have a very, very distinct look. You can almost tell them. You ain't gotta tell me you're from Somalia, bro. I already know, man. I already know.
Oh dear! And they were like, then he started getting these threats. And then he was just like, right, but judging by where you're based, I know exactly where you are. And they went up to Google Map and it's pinpointing exactly where they all lived.
Yep, that's how it works.
And then it was just like, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Oh, no reverse, motherfucker.
Oh man, I fucking love racism, man. It's so good. But while Morley's internet is trying to get back, actually, let's have a little look at this. He got zapped by Hassan. I know. I know. God bless. Oh, just imagine if Eric couldn't have come on today.
It would have just been you.
Managed to get Eric to come on last minute. I only knew 6 minutes before the fucking show started that I was hosting it this week. It's been absolutely. And then fucking Morley are gone, and I'm just here.
Yep.
It's Tuesday afternoon with us. I know. Well, at least got X-Ray Girl in the chat. I guess
Yeah.
I guess while we got your guys' attention here, and Monsieur July as well. The Ripper verse is started something completely new.
Oh yeah,
which is called Ripper Works. Eric, give us a shout about what Ripper Works actually is.
So absolutely. So obviously you guys know we have the Ripperverse side of things. We handle all of the Ripperverse like IPs, all the properties, all the books and everything, merchandise associated with it. Ripper Works is an initiative. We're taking a page out of, and if you watch like some of the stuff that we had did on Ripper the Silverback, we talked about like HasLab and some of the stuff that they did. And I got inspired by that. It's like, well, that's a low risk way to do something that may be outside of like our main things, like our comic book. So Ripper Works is going to be the initiative where we fund like fun things. And if they get funded by the audience, we move along. And if they don't, well, we don't do that. That's just the bottom line. So yeah, we launched Ripper Works, and the first thing that we are doing through Ripper Works is crowdfunding the animation fund. So I'm really, really excited about this because animation, as you all know, is it's not cheap, but it is very digestible. So people that may be into some of the like animation in general, they may get into the Ripperverse by looking at the animations that we provided. We got a lot of fans that have seen our animated trailers and have become fans based on that. So we would love to do more of those, a little more ambitious. And yeah, we're gonna need the crowd to do that because that stuff ain't cheap. It ain't cheap.
No, and I can imagine. But it's really interesting though that you're doing like we use the example of HasLab, for example, where it's something that's more fan orientated, and therefore if enough people are interested, then it gets funded. If it doesn't hit the goal, it doesn't get funded, nobody loses any money,
right?
Fans aren't, they're not committed.
Right.
If you we didn't make it, but we'll keep all your no.
Right.
It's like a non-commitment. It's an all or nothing situation.
Yep.
We either get the funding and we go ahead and we start producing whatever we're going to produce. In this case, either animated shorts or a long, slightly longer animated movie, or that's it. We'll move. We'll figure something else out. Let's see if there's something else that audiences want. Yeah, maybe like, I don't know, a Horseman helmet replica.
Why does
I know?
Y'all keep planting them seeds, and now I have people coming and following me in every chat that I'm in. Say, hey, Eric, what's up with this Horseman helmet that you guys are gonna? Wait a minute, I didn't commit to any fucking Horseman helmet at all. So here's Ass planting the seeds there, but I have not confirmed that. That has not been confirmed at all yet.
I'm just saying.
At all. At all.
So at the moment, so the first one is for more animation, which a lot of people have liked, and there's two options here.
Mm-hmm.
So if it hits goal number 1, it will go ahead, which is a 50,000 goal, and that will allow you to create 10 short animated clips.
Yep.
And if I'm straying into an NDA, just slap me quickly back online. But for what I can gather, the back end area of this is sorted.
Yeah, that is sorted. For sure. We already have the no, you're not entering the NDA territory. We ISOM, Alpha Core, as well as obviously Yaira. Those are going to be Bloodruth or Bloodruth are going to be the 4 that we look to animate out of those out of those 10 animated clips. So yeah.
X-Ray's got the link. She could come in if she wanted to. She got the link. We have a
yeah, ISOM belt. Like, yeah, that would be a cool thing to someone brought up in the chat. Like that will be the type of stuff that we run through Ripperworks, because it's gonna be fan oriented. We don't know how well those are gonna do, and they're not books, right? So that would be stuff like that.
Ripperworks isn't going to be a book. It's not going to be books. The book side is how you do your book side. You do you do your campaigns and whatnot. This is more kind of fan orientated objects. Like down here, the different support tiers. $5. You can just put a $5 towards it. Boom. Cheers. Thanks very much indeed. $10. You get the name and the credits of the animation as a founding member. $25 or plus, 25 to 50. Insider updates, exclusive streams, and includes the previous lower tiers. So everything, again, you'll get you get your stuff, you'll get your name as a founder. $50, 12-hour early access to the trailer. So you get early access to the trailer, plus credit, etc., etc.
I wish. Do you have on your back? I can't remember. Do you have the Horseman trailer on your on your back end?
Yeah, most likely. Yeah,
I would like y'all, just because I know there's some dudes that are just now learning about this. We and a lot of people don't know that we have done animations, and that was one of. I just want people to see that, just to see what we're capable of, because I think we can even.
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good.
That's the wrong.
I love it. I love it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the type of animation that Eric is talking about. It's a 1-minute trailer for the Horseman, and it's fucking great.
Who the hell is this guy? What's he want? Where's he come from? After every soldier I have with him, and he kicks their ass. Outman. Outgunned. And he walks away clean. With my money. Now what are y'all gonna do about that? Turn us loose, Tuna.
Let us do what we do.
No, you can't. You can get some of it still, but that's when the campaign was running.
Yeah, that's what yeah, some of those books. I don't even think even those shirts. I think none of that. We got cleaned out on that in that one. So I think maybe the mass print might be the only book that's available that was shown there. But yeah, that's what we're capable of. We got stuff like that.
So there's different tiers. Now we get up to the big boy kind of stuff: $100, $250, $500, $1K, and then $5K. which a 5K will put you in the animation.
Literally in the animation.
You will be a canonized figure in the animation.
Yeah.
And there you go, wraps back around. So yeah, and then you can have an open support to whatever, you know, if you got like a couple of bucks or even a buck free that you'd like to throw it towards, do that. It is pinned at the top in the comment section, straight to here. It is pinned. And if you're watching this on replay later and you're first of all thinking, what the fuck happened to this week's show? We're in the same boat already.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm right. I am
Extended.
currently riding that boat down Niagara Falls. No fucking paddles. Nothing. Just fucking out here. Winging it.
Yeah. Hey.
But if the link will be in the description box down below. If you're watching this on replay later, so you can go and click go support. But already the first, because it's only been out for 3 or 4 days max.
Yeah, there was a stealth drop 3 days ago. Yeah, that's correct.
Stealth drop 3. Yeah, just kind of. Yeah. Stealth drop about 3 days ago, and the first goal is already to hit towards 50,000, and those 10 short animations is nearly at 60% already.
Yep, that's crazy.
So that is,
so
that is phenomenal. Just
appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Appreciate
encroaching
y'all so
on
much for that. Thank you.
Nearly 30,000. So well done, everyone. Like,
thank you.
But yeah, so this is fan driven, fan orientated. It's different, something different away from the books that sentence around the Ripperverse. Who knows, chat? Maybe we'll get that fucking lid that we all want one day. Yeah.
Maybe that'll be one of the Ripper words.
Maybe we can get that fucking funded. Okay, I know.
Nah. Maybe I'll add it as a stretch goal or something. I had the lid as like a stretch goal, and that really incentivize people to sign up there. But seriously, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for all the support. You guys are awesome.
So just in case you just joined, well, because obviously people floated in and they're just like, why is it on this channel again this week, Az? here's the story, right? This morning we had a planned outage in our area. Okay, so our power went out. So when I woke up, our power was out. I had to wait till into the afternoon for our power to be restored. When our power got restored, there were elements of the PC that wasn't working, so I had to fix them because that's what a power outage does when everything goes blank. And then by then it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I had an hour before the real BBC. So I thought, because it's on Gary's channel this week, I'll go and make a video. So I made a video. It's ready. I'm going to put it live after this stream. And I finished the video at 6 minutes before the stream, but it's all good because it's not on my channel this week. So I just have to now click the link and go into the chat room and say hello to all the boys and the girl. I go into the chat to get the link, and there's a message from Gary saying, "Yeah, I can't. I haven't got back home yet. I'm still 3 hours away from going home. We're gonna have to switch it to your channel." My channel, 6 minutes before the fucking show starts. So I set up a room real fucking quick. Get in there, Mauler and me. Throw Eric a message because I was going to get Eric on next week when it was on my channel next week, which is going to be on Gary's channel now. But anyway, so I was going to get Eric on then. So now I threw Eric a message saying, "Hey, you free?" He said, "I'll be driving, but I'll be about an hour."
I just picked up the wife some food, so I was like,
"Yeah. Do you want to come on? Do you want to come on?" Oh, okay, we'll do it now. Okay, yeah. We'll do it now. We'll do it live.
Do it live. Fuck it.
So Eric manages to join. So Mauler and I like winging it. You know, we love to wing it. We do the schlurpo stuff, so it's all good. And then Eric comes on about 15 minutes. Eric being on, Mauler's internet falls down. He's texting me when he can, but it's still Mauler's internet completely craps out. He's got no internet in the house.
And now it's ripping a silverback.
It's ripping 97.
Now we're tripping the silverback. So
Yeah, so now I appreciate everybody. Unban Mauler. Never. That's why Mauler's gone. He's actually banned. Banned. So yeah, so I appreciate you guys and gals.
Of course. Yeah.
With that, we have got some time. Let's pull up a topic. What we got? The Warner Paramount Netflix deal. I mean, we talked about that yesterday. We did a stream yesterday on Eric's channel. That is pretty much the same. What is it? Okay, here we go. Let's just do a little bit of witchery stuff. Let's go away from something. Let's do a little bit of witchery stuff. The Witcher star Freya Allen cried when Henry Cavill left the Netflix series. Still pictures him as Geralt while filming. Ooh. While whispers suggest a handful of the Netflix series production crew despised, that's a strong word, is despised. Henry wanted stuff to be more in kin with the source material. And it looks like a lot of the production team didn't want that. They wanted their stupid fucking messages crap. And so that's, clearly what invoked him to, invoke his release clause, which I think was probably after 3 seasons. Remember, this was meant to be a 7-season thing. That was the plan. Now it's going to end after 5, but let's face it, it ended pretty much after season 3. Henry Cavill, for his devotion to source material accuracy, the Witcher star Freya Allen has nothing but love for a former co-star whose absence continues to weigh on her person, both in and out of character to this day. Oof. Okay. Allen, whose role in the latest season saw her largely separated from the main party following the fall of Thanedd, and her ill-attempted use of Bannervant's portal, spoke to her thoughts on Cavill during a recent interview with NME. That's another magazine which has gone to shit, by the way. Just like Rolling Stone. So they're all gone to fucking shit now. They're all just like, I don't like Donald Trump.
Pretty much any legacy.
They're all owned by the same companies, though, aren't they?
Now, technically, yeah.
It all roots back to the same fucking company that owns them all.
It's either the same company owning them or funded them. Like I guess effectively is the same thing.
Asked as to how she felt in the lead up to the series' recent season 4 premiere, especially in regards to its debut of the Hunger Games star Liam Hemsworth as the new Geralt, Allen admitted that she made it a point to avoid any possible engagement with initial reactions, telling her host, quote, it was a scary one for everyone. There were a lot of big, terrifying changes, so I removed myself from it as much as I could. Confirming that Cavill's final season was, quote, really difficult for everyone, the actor then recalled how she was blindsided by the actor's departure, having only found out that he was leaving the show while in the middle of filming Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Quote, I cried. I wanted to finish the show with the guy that played my adoptive father, she told her host. For the first time, I was seeing what life away from The Witcher could look like, and then the lead moves on. And though she struggled for a solid amount of time, I think that's meant to be solid. I think that's meant to be for a solid amount of time. With the question of whether or not she should follow his lead, Allen ultimately decided to stay on for however long the series had left, with the actress affirming, quote, once I'd made that choice, I made the most of every moment. I mean, did you? You haven't seen any of this crap. You're too sensible. You're too sensible.
I've only obviously kept up. I mean, we've talked about it a little bit on our show, but man, it's this whole debacle, man. I think I've never seen that or with a show like that where I think a lot of people went into it with some great enthusiasm. 'Cause I think regardless about how you feel about some of the movies that he's been in, I guess in general, Cavill has a rather positive people have positive feelings about him as an actor, right? I think people think of him like he's one of us because he's really in the nerd culture with no Warhammer and all that stuff. So you think that you got a guy like kind of, you know, on the inside where you have an advocate for you that's going to try to advocate accurate and respectful depictions of these characters that you guys already know and love and are familiar with. When that news first broke that the whispers were happening, it was very interesting because I don't know what I think that stuff was leaking with the intention that it was going to make him look bad, but it makes everybody else around him look. If it's true, I don't know if it's true or not, but if that stuff is true and that people found him difficult to work with because he was a stickler for the source material, that does nothing but make him look great. Like
100% in our eyes, it endears him more to us,
right?
But now that has been said by Lauren Histrich. She has like hinted that he paid too much attention to the source material. The death of the roach in death of the horse Roach in season 2. He calls all his horses Roach, by the way, but that version of Roach was written as a joke. And Henry went to Lauren and he told her that this shouldn't be a joke. This is very personal to Geralt. And she ended up saying, well, you write it then. And so he wrote the best thing about the whole series was this lamentation to his horse dying. And it was like really heartfelt. And it really, I was like, oh my God, you know, for the first time, it feels like we're actually feeling something Witcherversy.
Right.
And it was all done by Henry. And I think there's a lot of resentment through the crew because of the way that he believes that things should be as what made it popular, which is the source material, the books, the video games. Henry himself said that he played the games before he read the books.
Yeah.
So I haven't read the books. I played the video games.
Right.
And the games made me a lover of the Witcher universe. I will ultimately read all the books. But it's like what popularized The Witcher? To me, the video games.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
That's what really popularized The Witcher. You know, it wasn't a big thing prior to the video games from CD Projekt Red coming out. And so that was a massive thing. And of course, we've heard it from people like Alex Kurtzman before with Star Trek. These IPs are simply used as a platform so that they can put their messages on. And I think The Witcher was one of those platforms. She didn't want to make a Witcher show. She wanted to usurp The Witcher popularity, huge brand, huge popularity, and assert her feminist Ciri, Yennefer story, which is trash.
Yeah, I mean, look, Cavill has always said the right things. I mean, one of my favorite interviews from him was I can't remember if it was The Witcher. It may have not been. It may have been maybe it was some DC stuff. But one of the people that were interviewing him was trying to bait him into basically going after the fans, if you remember. And he had said they had specifically used the term like toxic fandom. And he went to bat for the fans and said, no, I don't consider it toxic. I wouldn't say that it's toxic. He said that's more or less just passion, right? And that's what for sure won me over on Cavill, because that was the right thing to say instead of just kind of going along with where the interviewer was going with it, because they were trying to set the table or set the tone as if to try to reiterate what they already believe or think, but not believe, they think about us, and that's that we are people that have complaints about these properties that they spent, a crazy amount of money on. That they feel as if they're in the wrong. They're the ones that are incorrect for simply wanting an accurate depiction or something that respects it. I think some people maybe more than others, more or less than others, you will make your concessions. Okay, you understand that. Let's say a book is a different medium from a game. A game is a different medium than a live action sense. So you know that there's going to be concessions being made. But anybody that cares about that property can sniff out when you don't. It's very easy to tell. And anybody that voices that concern, they're seen as this toxic and all these things. And Henry went to bat for them. And I think that kind of helps put a target on his back among the elites in the industry that he is in, because they are very self-centered and that they believe that they're the ones that are supposed to set the tone for, or it's more, we're all supposed to enjoy what they give us, right? It's our reward. You know, it's not us as, you know, we're patrons and we're trying to pay for this product and we need to be the ones that need to be impressed. They don't look at it that way. They look at it like you're going to get what you want and like it. And you need to be living up to our standards. If you are, you know, a decent human being, you're going to enjoy this. That's how they feel about this, where Cavill seems to have the opposite approach. And the fact that they don't like him says a lot about the industry. The fact that that was a core issue as to why he ended up leaving says a lot about, obviously, that franchise, Witcher, that is, for with Netflix or whoever. But man, you know, you think about just that franchise in general and the direction that they're going. And, you know, we talk about CD Projekt Red. We talked about it on our show, the ESG hostage.
The hostage video, yeah.
The hostage video of him, which I don't know if this audience has seen that. I would encourage you to go watch that if you have not already, if you want to see a man.
I think I did a video about it many moons ago.
Yeah. That was interesting, but yeah, it's we know what their dedication is, and it's not to the source material, it's not to the fandoms, it's to themselves, and that sucks.
That element with Henry Cavill and the reporter was referring to, how do you deal with toxic fans?
Yeah.
And he was talking to Henry as if he was talking to a kindred spirit.
Yeah,
like, we're all in on this.
This
is how we all feel. And Henry, you know, this is how classy Cavill is. He didn't bite at the reporter, and he didn't throw fans under the bus. He's very diplomatic and very careful in the way that he speaks. And I think you have to be, because people are looking to trip you up.
They're looking for the headline, man.
Yeah, at every occurrence. So he said, "Oh, well, you know, what you call, you know, I don't think they're toxic. You know, I think that fans are very passionate, and they should be passionate because they put a lot of, you know, time, effort, money, blah blah blah, into these." And it was a great way, but it also shows, if ever you wanted a damning indictment, how the mainstream media has been absorbed into the bubble of Hollywood.
Yeah.
So instead of being Hollywood, mainstream media talking to their audience, which is the customer, saying this game's good, that film's good, that this game's mediocre, bad, probably should avoid it. This film's, you know, you might like it, you might not, you know, up to you if you want to give it. That's how we used to get. Even I remember even buying the official PlayStation magazine from back in the day, and there would be reviews like 5 out of 10, you know, or 7 out of 10. But now it just shows that what happened is that, whether it be games or movies or TV, what they do is they single out who the shills are. They single out who they can talk to and who will essentially be on their side. They bring them into the bubble. If you don't fit in that bubble, if you don't fit that mold, you're outside of the bubble.
Yep.
Then, because they have them in the bubble, they have them with their access, they have them with their link, they feed them what they want them to feed. Right, this is the TV show. This is what we want you to say. This is how it should be portrayed. This is it. And then they go out there. And then, of course, because of it, they start, when it gets rejected, they hear all the negative comments from fans, legitimate fans. So that then permeates to the very people who are in the bubble, because they're in the bubble.
Yes.
So then they regurgitate what's being said behind them. You know, fucking these fans are fucking toxic, fucking pieces of shit. We're trying to put our messages in, but they're fucking too busy wanting, I want it to be like books. I want it to be like the fucking video game. Like, fuck up, you know, we're creating art here. You know, this is what we want to say, the fucking plebeian. because we know that we get looked down upon.
Of course.
We know we do. With the way that fucking the dumbest people on planet Earth, aka movie stars, talk to you as if you're some fucking subhuman stuff, because they are the fucking retarded ones. Yeah, you should be like nice to the planet and stuff, and if you don't, then I don't know, like die.
Yeah.
Like, okay, right, that's the best Pedro Pascal impression I can possibly do, by the way.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And so then their audience diminishes because they're not serving their audience. They're just serving the mainstream, the mainstream. They are the mainstream media. They are the access point. So the people, they're not interested in listening to these reporters. They're not going to be buying the fucking magazines that they're putting their articles in, because it doesn't resonate with the fan base. Now, I saw some of the chat saying, as regards to Freya, opportunistic. She realizes that maybe work isn't as forthcoming as she might have thought. Maybe as
grass ain't greener.
Yeah. So she's saying these things. I think that's possibly a little bit harsh, but I absolutely understand where they're coming from. I mean, when I've seen Freya and Henry Cavill being interviewed together, trust me, she looks at him like he's a fucking piece of tasty white meat. You know what I mean? She's fucking drooling. All the women are fucking drooling when they're next to Henry in an interview. So I think there's certainly an element of truth at the very least that she was shocked by his departure. But unlike Henry, who could walk into another project with ease, that road hasn't been established for her.
Right.
And so she has to understand that maybe, just maybe, she has to grind this one out.
I also think, obviously, definitely right now, it's a lot safer to take that position. And so, look, I don't know if it's opportunistic or not. I can't for sure say. What I can say is that it does look like even normies, like, what are they saying about like this show? I don't think people are ranting and raving about it. Like,
oh no, the season 4 was a disaster.
Yeah, so
it was an absolute disaster in terms of viewership. Yeah.
So either way, I mean, that's the position. Even if you were, maybe especially if you were trying to be opportunistic, but that you take, because the fans won out on that one. Henry Cavill's position won out on that one, whether they liked it or not. That's just the reality. People aren't into it like that. They aren't into the depiction, though. That's what I was saying earlier. There seemed to be like a big time tonal shift in as far as the audience's excitement for this. And maybe you could say that about many other properties, but specifically with this, because Witcher is massive, or at least you would think that it would be. And definitely with Cavill on top of it, man, I thought people were stoked about this damn thing. And then that didn't take long.
It was a slam dunk.
Yeah.
It was a slam dunk waiting to be happened, and somehow they managed to fuck it up.
Yeah, impressive. Is it not? You got Cavill, you got a something rooted in nerd culture. You got a lead that's you would think a studio that is funding this would lean into that, I don't know, very heavily. Hey guys, we have everything working for us. A property that is known, has cult following, has it's not, I won't say cult following, but it's a lot of people that are into this property. You have a guy who is where the audience feels, which is a very difficult thing for Hollywood to do, be personable, right? It's oftentimes we feel often disengaged from them or detached. Whereas with Cavill, again, a lot of people feel like he is one of us in the sense that he is also a nerd, right?
Yeah.
So he jumped. To me, if you're Netflix or if you're producing this, you're leaning into that, or at least you should be. You're leaning into that like no other. Like, this is for you guys. But it wasn't. It seemed to be for the writers and whatnot, and the audience is showing them that, look, this is what we're into. They have to live with that. That somehow you fucked up Witcher. There I am, right there. Classic. I remember when I was first made, man. I was like, this was.
It's when you're back in San Francisco, yeah.
It's just It doesn't get much better than that, but yeah. Just need to give me some glasses, man. I don't have any glasses, so once I get those,
Yeah, I got mine. Do you wanna
Netflix. I'll take those. There, yeah.
Okay. There you go, dude. There you
I'll
go.
grab those, and yeah, we're in business, Netflix. So when you're ready for that documentary, on Gary, and you
I wonder how many
need-
people have tuned in today and gone, is it Wednesday?
yeah, like I said, yeah, probably.
Have I lost a
Definitely
fucking
with
day?
being on your channel.
Yeah.
For sure.
Is
People
it-
are like, people are like, probably we're throwing them in for a big time trip. Someone probably drank a lot yesterday, woke up and they saw this shit and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Did I fucking
My ass is a bit sore. Did I? Oh no.
what is going on? Am I in another
What
dimension?
happened?
Am I in
There's gotta
another
be at least
dimension?
one person that's done that. Come in today and be like,
Yeah, for sure. They check the calendar on their phone. Like, wait a minute, are you
yeah,
sure?
oh yeah. Hey, dude, that's a good point. Should I just fuck with them? Here, look. Should just fuck with them.
And just carry the rest of the show
Yeah.
like for sure it's
Just-
Wednesday.
it's just
100%
ripping the
Wednesday.
silverback, you know. If Mauler comes back, we'll go back to the real BBC one, but you know. I think his whole power's out by the looks of it, you know.
Oh, that's so good.
Okay, chat. Let's get into some supery duperies because they have been piling up. Thanks to Zan Zoltan's 3 pence that he keeps fucking dropping every 2 minutes, but it's all good. It's all good.
Man, I came back from with a great tan. Came back from Egypt.
Came back from
the
wherever he's
homeland or
just
whatever. The motherland,
Yeah.
that's what they call it. Yeah. Whatever. Just came back, tapped into my roots.
There he's in the chat, still down. Oh my lordy. Oh my lordy. Get yourself. I was going to say, you can't get a coffee because you got no fucking lackey. Get a water. Okay, let's bring up some supers. Reno the Turk with a $5 says, I like in Mauler's Outlaws vid when he says shockingly. It cuts to Hassan's dog with the shock sound effect. I mean, it's an obvious, but it's a goodie. It's a goodie. Yeah, that video it's doing really, really well from what I can see. It was on like 660,000 views, and you think you got to take into consideration, folks. 17 and a half hours. There's a lot of viewer time there. It's now up to 724,000.
That's crazy.
After 10 days. It's doing fantastic.
Let's go.
It was it's such a good video. I saw it all in 3 days. Because I'm like that. I'm built different.
Built different, yeah.
Didn't say good.
Just different.
Just different. You know? Didn't say well. Didn't say, just said different.
Yeah.
I'm definitely built different. Jim782 has been a member for 43. Thank you. As is Wonky Eyebrow with a £2 says real BBC gaming stream again. Let's go. Well, you see, when the Gary's away, the Schlurpo can play. Jay Price with a 38th month membership. Thank you, Jay Price. Marksman117B with a $5 says, has Mauler, I mean, he can probably answer in the chat, seen the Smiling Friends and Flash Gits crossover? Merry Kingsmas and praise be to Space King. Fuck Halo /343 Studios.
Jeez.
Yeah. Or is there now known, was it Galo Studios? Just Galo Studios, I think is what they're known by now. Book of Grudges with a $5 says, watched Fackham Hall last night and I quite enjoyed it. Was laughing the whole way through. Yes, Fackham Hall is out in the States. It's done about 600,000 and it's in about 1,000 theaters. So that's what it done over its first weekend. Comes out in the UK this Friday. As you know, we've seen it already, and to me, it was belly laughs. It really was. Particularly the first 45 minutes, I was barely laughing like a motherfucker. I am British. Maybe there's a little bit more humor about that I can get. But I was just barely laughing. It was so funny. I would like to know what the budget of the film was, though, which hasn't been released. So, but yeah, go. This is a recommend, folks. If you want a proper giggle, go see Fackham Hall. To me, it was funnier than the Naked Gun remake. And I did giggle a couple of times, a few times in there. I was surprised how many times I did giggle in that. But yeah, it was fucking funny. Yeah, I know it's a low bar. I wasn't really bigging it up really with that, Mikey Gusler with a 32 months says, Mauler, I enjoyed the last EFAP. Stuckman calling a wicked themed gambling game a cinematic made me laugh and sigh at the same time. Soups uploaded a cringe picture of his reaction to the Supergirl trailer. It's not even a trailer though, is it? It's like she's sat there and a shit lands. And I got, dude, I saw that yesterday and I'm just reading the comments underneath. And it's every fucking normal retarded, like the normal retard comment you'd expect. You got comments like, oh my God, this looks like it's going to be the best thing ever. Word on the street is this is going to.
How legit are those comments though, man?
I know, it's just like, fuck.
How legit are those, man? How legit are those?
Fuck. And you just know that when the full trailer drops later this week, there's just going to be, oh my God, this looks amazing. This looks like the greatest superhero movie. And it's going to do 10 grand at the cinema. And then a week after release, no one's going to be talking about it because the bot farms have closed,
10 grand. Who said they're all Indian? Maybe.
Hassan's going to make more on the fucking horse betting than that show is.
Jesus.
That film is. Oh. Robert Hayes with a $5 says, isn't it so great the UK's power grid has been so mismanaged? Well, Robert, I've also had another text from the electric company saying, we're also going to take your power down on Friday as well.
Twice in a week, huh?
Yeah, we're going to take it down on Friday for a few hours as well. Now, it will be up before Friday night tight, so don't panic. I'll be on FNT. But yes, I will lose pretty much all of my afternoon and late morning due to another power outage. Thank you, fucking Power Grid.
Jesus.
Axel Foley with a 5 Australian says, what is this video game madness of which you speak, Mr. Long? Morley and I had a big Metroid discussion with the latest Metroid game, which he was playing yesterday, and I have to say he didn't look too enthused about. Ladybug with a $5 says, hi, Az and Morley. That was gay of Gary to do that. Here's some money for your troubles. I'm always going to say hello to money. I'm always going to say hello to that. So thank you, Ladybug. Slapping it on the counter. Hey, here's some money. Okay.
Respect.
Yeah, it's all good for me. Josh Kelsey, speaking of slapping money on a counter, Josh Kelsey.
Every time, man.
Slapping 20 on the counter. Nothing said. Walks around. Does a lap. Out the door.
Respect it.
FNT's no FNT without Az. Get out of here. Come on, get out of here. DB with a £2 says, is Metroid Prime 4 better than Souls 2, Mauler? Answer that in the chat, Mauler, please, if you can, because I'd like to know. I think he's going to say Metroid Prime's better than Souls 2. He hates Souls 2. I mean, he's done videos on Souls 2. He's not going to do a video on this, but Nathan Cassidy with a $5 says, Melvin is such a bad character that people are unironically saying, maybe we're too harsh on the other M. Hitler. That begins with an H. That's an H. Mussolini? Mao? I don't know. I'm confused. The other M. Midgets?
Midgets.
Metroid Other M. Yeah, and I know that's what we're trying to guess. Nah, whatever. Joke's over. Yamada and Seven Witches
Shout out.
with 100 yen says, when I played Dispatch, I was really suspicious of Blonde Blazer. She was too friendly and lovey-dovey with the main character. In the end, Blazer was right. I fucked up. No, dude, I'm on the same page as you. I thought she was being way too nice at the beginning, and we were being buttered up for something. I didn't think she was malevolent, just really, she was buttering us up for something. But no, it turned out she just wanted, wanted a piece of it. So she got it. Well, she didn't get it. I mean, we didn't even go on our fucking date because the game didn't fucking write it in for some reason. But anyway, Faraway Finley has been a member for 43 months. Thank you, Faraway Finley.
Let's go.
Goblin Knight Leo with a $20 says, who on God's green earth did they hire to write Metroid Prime 4? Who did this and why? This sounds far worse than anything Navi was accused of being. I assume you can't turn it off either. I think you can. I think you can actually turn off their audio. Mola, have you played Shadows of the Empire? It was former 343 writers. Well, look what they did to fucking Halo. You think they were going to do something good with Metroid? Fucking hell.
That's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
They're going to get another job, though. Y'all know that, right? You fail upwards.
You fail. Yeah. You'll just move either to another company to do the same thing and ruin it for them.
Yeah.
Or somebody was just like, oh no, can you ruin it? Can you ruin another one of our great IPs?
Yep.
Yamada and Seven Witches with a 40 yen. It says, Mola, which new mythos will next Game of War explore? Which one needs blackening?
I mean, they already got the Norse. They don't get much whiter than that one. Celtic, I guess. Maybe,
well, not anymore.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Who knows? Who knows? I still haven't played that one. I just knowing that Sweet Baby Inc. did the one race, like the one stupid race change in that, just leaves crap in my mouth, man. Mexi Rage with a $10 says, hail, saw Fackham Hall, and it had a lot of us in the theater laughing our asses off. So good, highly recommended. Also, got my tickets for the Lord of the Rings release, and they were selling fast. Can't wait to see it. Listen to these people. Mexi Rage is a stalwart of all of our channels. Again, you listen to him, man, because Fackham Hall, it's fucking jokes. It's jokes. It's legitimately funny. It's not even bullshit funny. It's legit funny. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Oh, man. Yeah, there's a lot of subtle jokes in there as well. Keep your eyes peeled. A lot of subtle jokes as well as the verbal or the visuals. Robert Hayes with a $2 says, even Stellar Blade has the feckin' yellow paint. I know it is an infection on in the gaming industry. You love yellow paint, don't you, Eric?
Well, it's our color, so
yeah. Tells you everything you need to do.
Y'all know I hate hand holding in video games. It's funny, man. Like I remember when that was an unpopular opinion of mine for a while there. When I would do those videos, yeah, because I used to do those videos. Remember, I would talk about like how the games are so fucking easy and all this, and you get folks that were like, "Oh, well, some people got kids," as if I guess a game should be shit because kids. And I never understood that argument. Seems like I'm getting less pushback, but I remember I used to talk about how these games they're worse because I think a lot of them are catering to the lowest common denominator.
Well, they are because they became. I don't know when it happened. I think it was early 2010s or around about late late 2000s, you started getting a lot of game developers saying that we want people to see all of the game.
Yeah.
They paid the money, they want to see all of the game. And I'm just like, well that's not how it used to work. We
Right.
still paid our money and didn't necessarily finish the game.
You'd have stack of
level
Sega Genesis games, Super Nintendo games that you never beat.
Yeah.
And we never blamed the devs. We never got mad.
Nope.
That was normal.
Yes.
Now
it's just like, no, we got journos. You got journo dummy spitters.
Got to get their reviews out, and if they struck, I fucking hate it, man. I hate it so much. I think we don't talk about it enough because I do believe that mindset has impacted the industry, and I think that's also why games are just worse anyway. Just because they're not looking to make a good game. They're not looking to make a game that will stand the test of time, even if it's maybe not the most heralded or whatever. They're looking to appeal to the lowest common denominator so everybody can see everything. And if you think about that from a development standpoint, you can't even create like more intricate, fun, even designs, like a gameplay design, if you have to always consider that there may be someone that is worse than the other person.
Yeah.
Right. So it's only so much that you can do.
Absolutely. I like the idea of, if you want to have the yellow paint, have it on the journalist level detail,
put and call, that's what you call the mode, game journal mode.
Journalist
so they can
mode.
feel good about it, feel bad about it. I mean, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. You get a spoon to play the game with.
Yeah.
and a fucking saucepan to put on your head.
Yeah.
For protection.
Yeah.
Mexi Rage with the $5 says, and that Stream Awards show was bad. It was funny seeing Hassan act like the shocking jokes don't affect him. Oh, they do. Oh, they do. They really, really do. When he snapped at getting photobombed. Yeah, exactly. They really get to him. He hates it. As Morley said, they had to pre-approve it. He's got to show that he's human. Fucking hell. But no, he hates it. That photobomb. What did he liken it to? Being sexually assaulted?
That's interesting.
That's a heck of a... Yeah. Yeah. I think there's very different, very different. Big difference there. Zan Zoltan with a 3,000 arses, which is what, 862, about a couple of quid, £2.50 maybe. £2.18. Hail as in Mola. I'm a big fan of Metroid. Played all the old games back in the day. Now I even got a GameCube, an original copy of Metroid Prime 1. I was gonna go throughout all the old primes before 4, and then I saw Miles. And I was, well, I'm out. Nintendo is dead. Bit of an over-exaggeration, but okay. And thankful for Dread. Sorry. Goblin Knight Leo with a $20 says, Mola, I'd love to see EFAP coverage on a channel called The Second Story. The hostess covers a lot of terrible modern writing trends, including exploring why there was never another Lord of the Rings. Well, we can answer that question because Rings of Power has answered that question. They couldn't make it with the lack of diversity that they need for Hollywood, even though it's meant to be a, medieval British fantasy lore. Due to the Dark Ages, a lot of stuff being missed from the Dark Ages. They can't make it nowadays. So yeah, you get that absolute modernity piece of shite, which is Rings of Power. Bob Starsky with the £5 says DSP is going to Hail Mary react to vids like Asman in a hope to keep it the new audience. Has he said that, dude? Bob, if you're still in the chat, has he said that? But his shit takes will push them all the way faster. Second Resurgence is dead. Yeah, DSP's clout from Asmongold is dried up. It's all done and dusted. He's getting mad. The mask has slipped. He's halfway down his fucking ankles at the moment. He's starting to beg again. He's starting to get his begs in. Please, support the channel. You can do a super chat. You can like. So he's starting to get the beg segs going again, and he's not hitting the targets. But he's like, "What do you mean I'm not hitting the targets? I don't have any targets anymore." Well, yeah. All people have to do is apply the old target to your current intake, and it doesn't hit them. So don't. So yeah, he's gonna have an almighty meltdown very soon. He had a huge meltdown during the road, the truck segment, but he's on the verge. He's on the verge of massive fucking meltdown, and I can't wait to watch all the detractor videos when they cover it. Hello,
hey, there he is, the real deal.
I gotta change it back to that now.
To the real BBC. Guys, dark in here. Is that me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Eric.
It's Eric.
I didn't even know where he was going with it. That's pretty good. I respect it. That's good.
It was on that day that Nerdrotic was
canceled. What's up, guys? Oh man, what up?
How you doing? I love 6 minutes notice on changing channels.
Well, it was like
I was like, why did he text me? Why did he fucking text me?
It was like 6 hours because I was on the road. It was traffic in El Paso. That's what it was. There was an accident. We got caught up in traffic, and I was gonna get home at like 5 a.m, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I had no power. I had no connection to the internet. Nothing.
That's what I heard. Well, if shit's gonna go wrong, maybe it all goes wrong at once.
Yeah, it did though, didn't it?
It pretty much sums up 2025 in a show.
Yeah, Mauler's internet just fucking craps out. It's like, his power, I think, just crapped out. It's like, holy shit, man.
Sorry I'm late. Thanks for the assist, Eric.
2 hours, 16 minutes. Sorry I'm late, Gary.
Hey, dude, I could have just said fuck it and done my own thing. But you know what?
You kind of did, though, really.
No, I didn't. I drove back as fast as I could.
No breaking that law. You don't get back in that prison.
Dude, we were, I could have drove all the way through, but it's like, do we do a hotel? And then we have to take all my shit out of the car because YouTube travel, right, guys? So it's like soundboards and everything. And I did it. We had to sleep. And now I'm better. And so you'll get a quality 40 minutes out of me right now, interrupting all your super chats.
Super chats, trying to get through all the yeah. Trying to get through the super chats, wrap it up nice on the 3-hour mark. Nah. Gary's gonna talk about fucking pigeons or something halfway through. I don't
know. Did you guys talk? We need to thoroughly break down the Warner Brothers buyout from Netflix and Paramount and the hostile takeover. Let's go.
We did it yesterday.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, we did it yesterday on Eric's channel.
We did.
Yeah.
It was good though.
Shit's changing every day with that, which is great. So please read this. Drunken Finn for 50 euros.
Oh, you go. You're doing it. You go.
This is random, but if you haven't heard KOTOR, a game I'm very familiar with, remake that was shelved by Asper due to their studio being too
Asper, same thing. What's the difference?
Asperger's. Yeah. It might as well be ass,
Among the other problems is now being made by Saber Interactive.
Correct.
Is that good or bad?
That's good.
Oh, it's good. That's great. That's awesome, man. The latest big game was Space Marine 2, so tiny hope.
There's thank you. First of all, thank you, a big fat fitty. Space Marine 2 was great, and if they make it in the same vein as that, it'll be good. But the Aspire one fell apart it fell apart to numerous reasons. First one is they were trying to make a remake of KOTOR with a new modern script.
What? That's not a remake.
Yeah, and they got some fucking SJW complete fucking bint to fucking, and she got fucking fired pretty quick when she handed in a script by the looks of it.
News.
Yeah, what a surprise. John Platt with a 7 month says, "Hail as long man and the real BBC mods and chat. Not Gary, though. I took my PS5 apart last night for the first time in order to clean it, and damn, it needed a shave more than a clean. Yeah, all that dust sucking up in. Yeah. Do you know what? I haven't turned my PlayStation 5 on for probably over a year now.
Really?
Probably.
I play a lot of my games on PC, but like, since we had the kid, I'm like gaming in our bedroom. So I have like a little setup in the PlayStation. That's where the PlayStation's at. So
nice. Yeah, to me, it's just a Blu-ray player now. 4K player. Oh, my 4K Perfect Blue collector's edition arrived today. Oh my God. First time in 4K. Unbelievable. Looks great. Looks absolutely great.
What is it?
Perfect Blue.
What's that?
It's an anime movie from 1998, I think. 98, 99. Okay. Great film. Absolutely wonderful film. So go and grab it if you can. Firecat with a $5 says, as you should have Mauler and Drinker join you on Sunday Fun Day and play Headliners with QBG, Mr. Porkchop, X-Ray Girl, and Cara K. I thought you couldn't put Gina Carano there for a second. Should be hilarious. Jane Theory slipped into the chat on Sunday, and there was a time there was a moment where we could possibly have myself, QBG, X-Ray Girl, Cara. This is the current layout for Sunday Fun Day. Mr. Porkchop, the alternate, and Jane Theory. That would be all 6 spots. But if there's 2 more spots, because apparently then you might get 8, not 6. You might get 8. And who knows? That would be funny as fuck, though. I would be open to that. I'd love to have Gary in Headliners. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Chat. No, I say you, not you. Chat. Chat no one. Chat no why.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about, but that's
Get Mr. fucking July.
Down.
Little Dutch with an €11 says the best part of the Stream Awards was the person who won Best VTuber, isn't a VTuber, hates VTubers, said he isn't a VTuber, and regularly makes fun of VTubers. Was it Peanut? Did Peanut that burnt? Is it burnt Peanut?
Burnt Peanut.
Dude, did you see him in Tarkov?
Dude, the irony is
he's playing Escape from Tarkov. And I don't know how long ago this was. I think it's pretty recent. And he gets shot. And he went, and he just instinctively goes, which baguette? But he doesn't say baguette. He says, which baguette shot me? And he goes, he just goes, oh.
Jesus.
Hold on. Can I?
That's great. I think it's funny, but I think the irony is that like VTubers are being looked down upon to the point where they're being outvoted at a fucking streamers award. Like everybody should, every one of them should be a troll vote. God, if they put it to the public, it would be great. The streaming awards, I'd watch them. If they put it to the public, it would be fabulous. DSP would win it all. It would be great. And he would think he actually earned it. That's the best part. Is he would think like, man, I am a streaming god.
Well, now that he's been on Asmongold, he is the voice of the internet, you know. Chat, this is viewer discretion is advised. Just want to say that.
Oh shit!
I would be a QD OLED. Oh my god, dude! What is it? What is up with this faggot?
What's it though? What's?
Oh fuck! Dude. I would be a QD.
Oh man, they all say it, man. They all say it. We know it. We're all playing politically correct bullshit. They all say it.
Oh man,
that's funny. That's funny.
There is a little known fact that I was playing Silent Hill 2 remake late at night, streaming it, and I might have done something similar in an act of quick emotional rage. In the chat, we're just like,
on Twitch, wait, bro. I 1000% dropped that shit.
They were just like, did As just say the F slur? And then people were just like, no, he says baguette, doesn't he? He says baguette. Did he say did he say baguette? And then, like, as soon as the stream was over, it's just like, right, unlisted, download, edit, get to the piece, cut it out. Other one, private, re-upload.
Yep.
I'm sure it was baguette. I said, yeah, I'm positive.
Yeah, I've never heard you say that unless you're getting your sausages out.
I say it to you all the time. Irim Arim with a 20,000 IDRs. Is Gollum better than Metroid 4? At least it isn't boring. No, structurally probably not, no. But Gollum was a whole kind of crazy. Marksman at 117B with a $2 says Iron Lung versus Shelby Oaks. I have my bet. Oh, isn't Iron Lung by another? Who's doing that one? Is that Charlie's? Is that Penguin? Who's doing that one? Isn't that another YouTuber?
What,
Markiplier. That's it. Markiplier. Yeah. Markiplier's doing Iron Lung. And then Shelby Oaks, of course, was Chris Stuckman. Yeah. It'd be interesting. Book of Grudges with a $20 says, wrapping up my first ever main story playthrough of Witcher 3, and it's incredible. Still have the DLCs to come. Can't wait to dig in. As do you go for Triss or Yen? Mauler. Charles Dance is in the game. Yes, he is.
I think we talked about this a little bit on Friday. I think we really should go ahead and do our own movie in the realm of like the working man movies, like one that's literally called Working Man from the great Chuck Dixon, and the bricklayer and the accountant. Cashier. Yeah, and we should do the YouTuber. We should do the YouTuber, and it's just
we're all getting bumped off.
No, if it's an action movie, so it's like
we're all getting fucking loaded
like,
up then.
share, and vengeance.
Like, share, and revenge. Oh my god!
Yes, let's do it.
There's your tagline.
I went with Triss all day, every day, and the 2 DLCs. Both of them are fucking phenomenal. So you're in for a treat with the DLCs. Piston with a €6 says, I got Gary's book in the mail. It arrived 30 minutes late, so I got the true late and gay experience.
We planned it that way, just to let you know. It's totally planned. That we'll give you a specific time on the tracking number, and then it's a half an hour late.
Okay. Not enough pictures for the illiterate people. 2 out of 10. Oh,
sorry.
I did get my shipping announcement yesterday from the Rippaverse. I got my shipping. So mine is sending off to the UK soon. Middle-aged Boomer's been a member for 6 months. Says, Hail Mauler, playing Alien vs. Predators. Play Alien AVP 2 and Alien Dark Descent. As have a look at Mech Warrior 5 Mercs for Sunday Fun Day. Gary, look at St. Albans, UK, Old Rome / Norman Abbey.
We will. I will check it out because we'll be back very sooner than expected. Although I'm done traveling for now. Fuck.
We'll be back sooner than expected, but I won't be traveling for a while.
It's like a year. Okay. I got like, I'm in for the next couple months, dude. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving this house. It's been fun.
That sounds like a normal YouTuber.
Yeah.
They fight the good fight from their chairs.
Yeah. Shout out Candace.
That's the first joke in the film is everyone goes outside and we'll run back in again.
Yeah. They go outside.
Run back in.
Dude, we could do it like War of the Worlds. It's all from the point of the computer.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Jesus.
Superfly with a $2 says, hey, Az, did Ripper put in a bid for Warner Brothers? I can neither confirm nor deny that. But
did.
Maybe, have you got a comment on that, Eric?
He did.
Yeah, they I couldn't go as high as Paramount and those guys. I don't have the Saudis behind me, so
I personally made an offer of an empty bottle of water.
Yeah. Can we acknowledge that whatever happens, like, got credit to Zaslav for getting this bidding war going. Like, props to this guy, because he knew when he took it on, like, this thing was never getting out of debt. You could spin it off or nothing, and sale was always there. That option was always there. I'm not going to say that's what he specifically went out for, but dude, he got everything he wanted. Now he's got people overbidding for a company that I'm going to remind you, this is one of the original studios in Hollywood that has been so fucking mismanaged, that has some of the greatest IP out there, controls two of the biggest franchises, three of the biggest franchises out there, multiple franchises within DC, that has been so mismanaged that they have to fucking sell it. Doesn't matter who it sells to. Paramount's a better option for sure than Netflix. Netflix is terrible. It's a terrible option, but as I said on my stream the other night, it's not a monopoly. Even if they buy HBO, and it's just not. Now, if the government does,
they'll try to maybe redefine it. I agree.
They'll redefine
Gary.
it.
Yeah,
But
I agree with Gary 100%. Though it's not. That's why
not a monopoly.
I don't think people should go as far. Definitely seeing what happened with if Disney could get fucking Fox, bro. This is going through 1,000%,
100%. And there's a monopoly was Bell Telephone.
Bell
was a monopoly.
Bell monopoly was a legit.
Google is a monopoly.
Yeah, when you literally cannot, it's monopolies are created when it's quite literally illegal to beat the competition. That's what happened with the Bell monopoly. You couldn't even set up shop in the areas that they had controlled.
No, so it's bad, but it's not a monopoly.
Yeah.
YouTube stupid bullshit with a $50 super duper. He says, I recall years ago, Spiffing Brit was breaking YouTube's New Year's coverage, and he commented on how many people actually know these presenters are for the YouTube New Year's stream. Spiffing Brit was breaking down YouTube's New Year's coverage.
I don't understand any of that.
I know. I'm
YouTube
trying to
stupid bullshit. I'm sorry.
I think this has got something to do with the YouTube rewind stuff that we're talking about.
Remember when Ninja did New Year's Rockin' Eve in New York, and he was trying to get everybody to
nobody knew who the fuck he was.
Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah, it didn't translate. Yeah, our online world's very different from the real world.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, he tried to get people to do the Fortnite shuffle or whatever, and nobody knew who the fuck this guy was. Nordstrom with a 300 Serbian dinar. I tried watching the Streamer Awards. That shit was so boring. I literally fell asleep in my chair. It's just like the Oscars, a never-ending circle jerk. You couldn't pay me to watch it, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, dear. Axel Foley with the 2 Australians says, love Benny Hill. Fucking legend. Yeah,
yes.
Nordstrom with a 500 Serbian dinar says, funny how cutie Cinderella will invite Hassan, a terrorist sympathizer who called for violence and the death of a sitting US politician, but shun Asmongold, who's pretty meek compared to Hassan. Politicking, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nick XH with the £5 says Hassan Piker dressed up like he's going to eat his new dog now.
Jesus.
That's shocking. Anxiety has been a member for a month, said the best jokes of the Streamer Awards were the Hassan ones, making him look uncomfortable. I've seen many on X comparing his outfit to Dr. Evil.
He did.
Yeah.
It does look like that.
That'd be funny. Ken Sakai with a $2 says, when the Gary is away, the Schlurpos can play.
Why do you think I literally ran out of my car and fired up the stream? I haven't showered or anything. It's like, go.
Sassy Saturdays Gaming with a £5 says, have you played Zero Mission or Fusion, Mauler? Super Metroid set a high bar, but those two are pretty good also. That's some Mauler stuff. He's in the chat, or he's been in the chat hiding around there. You're gonna make me do this. Hold on. Oh, dear. Hold up. Is it on this one? Yeah, here we go. I never have to do this because people are normal, but I'm gonna have to do it today. Did we do it? Did that work? There we go.
What are we doing?
I had to put slow mode on.
Oh, okay.
Right. Nordstrom
slow.
with a 300 Serbian dinar. It would be extremely funny if Ethan donated the money from the settlement to IDF in their name. Yeah. Why not cause more problems? That'd be great. That'd be absolutely fantastic. DPG Bella with a $2 says, I graduated with Casey Tron. She was cool back then. I know nothing about her. The only thing I've ever seen about her is this whole business with Ethan. And then the only clips I've seen is her sucking on a bong and coughing her lungs up. That's it. Oh, and saying horrible things about Asmongold's mum and stuff like that.
I saw
hideous things.
Jesus.
So you can cry victim all you want, but when you say the stuff that you say, you know, you're not going to get a lot of sympathy for it. Another name with a $10 says, welcome 100% Black Gary.
Thank you. Thank you.
We got Netflix
Fresh
Gary
back
from
Egypt, the motherland.
That's right. I figured it all out.
Yeah, figured it.
Well, you are an African expert.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Axel Foley with the 2 Australians says early Ripper and the Silverback featuring Mauler. Well, it turned into a full-on Ripper and the Silverback, didn't it?
It did. Once Mauler dropped out.
Holy cow. Book of Grudges with a $2 says Eric, today is truly the real BBC. Yeah.
That's good.
Of course, Gary. Of course. White Gary. You gotta make sure.
You gotta make that distinction, man.
Is it Netflix Gary I'm talking to, or
Hackerwood Gary?
White Boy Summer Gary? Detroit with a $10 says Death Stranding 2 also made a bad Mamiya copy character that constantly gave great call outs like, you have delivered all of your cargo. Turned a great idea with a lot of potential into a boring AAA sludge. Lindsay, the cynical geek with a $10 says, I see you're discussing the drama involving Hassan and his pathetic orbiters. This is where I've been getting the bulk of my entertainment since Hollywood is absolute shite. Cheers, gentlemen. Oh, you're welcome.
Shout out.
Oh, dude. Oh, no, never mind.
What?
I had a good joke going back to that real BBC, but it's only missing one thing, man. An actor with experience. Continue. I don't want.
What am I missing?
Private chat. You are busy.
Okay.
Hang on.
This is good.
Oh, man, that's good.
Background actors need not apply.
Anyway, moving on. Lindsay the cynical geek 3033 for $9.99.
You just read it.
Oh, I did.
I'm
on form today.
This
Let's
is
go.
Gary working as
Mark,
intended.
another name for $9.99. We need to be glad that it was Hassan at the track and not his uncle.
Jesus.
That Oh shit. That family is all over the map on how they feel about animals. For sure, dude.
Oh, dear goodness me. Oh,
that's crazy.
Fucking that's the super chat of the day right there, you know. Foz 20 Movies with a £5 says everyone should check out Bearing's new video where he shows cringe footage of Hassan before his socialist grift started.
Dude, he used to be this fucking manosphere. Fucking,
yes.
Yeah, bro.
He tried to be bro science.
Yeah.
He tried to be bro science, didn't he? Yeah.
Science. He still is. I mean, I don't think I'm breaking any news. They're all full of shit. These so-called socialists. They're the best capitalists out there. I mean, let's be real.
Yep.
I said earlier in the stream, Gary, but I'll say it to you, as Hassan himself said, I'd rather be a rich socialist than a broke capitalist. He actually said so.
He did?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No, I don't think he quite understands socialism by that answer, but you know, never mind.
Well, communism. They use the term socialism to cover up that they are straight up fucking commies.
Yeah. It's all communism.
All roads lead
it
to it.
every road, Marxist, Leninist, whatever.
It's all the same.
It all fucking leads to communism.
Yep.
Sion Crease with a €5 says, if you're interested in getting a concise update on most of the Twitch drama each day, I recommend the channel More Pegasus. Solid overview, in my opinion. I just watch like Casino. Just get it from the Casino. Oh, by the way, FNT got a shout out on Casino the other day.
Oh, he did. Awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kino.
Yeah, they were talking about DSP, and they were saying DSP. He wants to be like taken legitimately. Said, and BBB goes, he wants to be on Friday Night Tights and Hill versus Babyface. And then the chat was just like, Az would kill him. Az would kill him. I was like, DSP on FNT.
You never know. You never know.
How long could we have him on before we got him to quit? Nerdrotic with a $50.
Wow, so generous.
Missed opportunity on the title. Gary went out for a pack of menthols. I just put the truth in the title. Gary switches channel at last minute as Blackout hits my area.
Like the opposite of what you're supposed to do with YouTube titles.
I know. I retweeted the best title of BBC ever.
Yeah. Although I misspelled it initially and just put back out in my area. So I don't know what the hell's going on in my area right now. But some people are getting their backs blown out, apparently. Dirus with a $5. I see Gary's trip to Egypt really affected him. He finally decolonized himself and abandoned his whiteness. A true African expert. Exactly.
How do I
I decolonized myself when I got the King Tut Trots in Egypt. There's a lot of decolonizing going on.
Oh, decolonizing.
Yeah.
Nordstrom with a 50 Serbian dinar. It's like Asmongold said, when they stream syndicated shows, they slowly draw the eye of Sauron, like Disney and Sony. This opens Twitch to massive lawsuits. It's true. But that's what they did. They thought they could just do anything they fucking wanted.
Well, they got away with it for a
long time. They got away with a long time.
Yeah, and then they just started stealing YouTubers' content after that.
Yeah.
And then, so the Twitch...
that was the meta, man. People were watching
meta. That's what I was looking for. Yeah,
shows at one point, man. It was crazy.
Yeah. It was just the Twitch
live
meta
TV, sports. It was just crazy, man.
Anime, the whole
it was nuts, man.
And they just have it. Just have it.
Oh, the full shit. It was unedited. It was it was crazy. That used to be the meta.
Epsilon with the £20 says so much for redistribution of wealth, huh? No, well, he redistributed it into his bank account.
Gave a bunch of money to China too, and they
I
gave
think
him
China
a
gave a
bunch.
I think they gave him a bunch of money.
A bit of an exchange.
Spiegel with a 35 Zargon says, guarantee that after Ethan's lawsuit, they'll all turn on each other for settling. Oh, there'll be all kinds of shenanigans, but I know one person that won't be involved in any of it because he don't care.
The clip channels are going to be eating good for the next few months.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he was just like streaming it all himself, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, those drama channels, they'll be eating fine. Coon Thoughts with a $5 is completely off topic, but what you guys consider the best use of time travel in film. It's rarely used well. Mine would be Galaxy Quest.
Oh, best use.
Yeah, of time travel in a film. This is, I mean,
that's an interesting question because it's different from like a flashback, right? Like, there's been some great flashbacks in like TV and film, but like
Frequency. Somebody brought up Frequency. I got a story about Frequency.
I don't know, man.
People say Bill and Ted. Back to the Future.
Yeah, I feel like that's easy.
Or Time Bandit.
Voyage Home is great.
Yeah.
You know, that was awesome. Getting humpback whale.
Hot Tub Time Machine. I love Hot Tub Time Machine. That's good stuff.
Yeah, Back to the Future is so good.
12 Monkeys. That's a but yeah, to the question, we should return to that and like give it a good think because I think that's a great question.
Yeah, it's a good question. Needs thought, requires thought. Give us time. Give us next week. Jogger's memories. Don't have to super chat again, but Jogger's memories next week, and we'll see if we've come up with something. Zan Zoltan with 1,000 arses says, "Can I ask for Eric's name to change to the American Society of Magical Garys?"
I forget that movie was a thing.
Yeah,
I think everyone did. Actually,
to be fair,
it was due to come out in the UK. They didn't.
They said no, it's not gonna happen.
Thank God it came out. I can't believe that one of my best performing reviews. So thanks for the assist, guys.
Yeah. We only had to say one line.
I know.
Devil's Messenger with a 10 Swiss says, but Mauler, the only difference between Saddam Piker and short fat otaku is the money. They're both horrible, evil pinkos, but you are friends with one of them. Why? I don't know. You tell me. And Nostrum's been a member performance as well. Short fat otaku.
Okay.
I've heard the name.
I've heard the name too.
Gregory Lieber with a $5 says, on a similar note, I would like to know what the best use of time travel in film is. And another one, i.e. Star Wars on the Falcon from Tatooine to Alderaan.
I'd have to really ponder on that, man.
It's weird. Two, and like, it's weird.
Frequency's good. And it was originally written by a friend of mine, and that script was stolen and rewritten by a guy who became the head of Warner Brothers Studios. A friend of mine got a house and a car out of it, though, out of the settlement.
12 Monkeys the movie or 12 Monkeys the TV show? Because TV shows really
no, 12
good.
Monkeys the movie. 12 Monkeys the TV show is fun and I like it a lot. But they start later on. They start explaining the time travel with just it's complicated. So,
what it is?
No, there's certain Doctor Who episodes that do a great job with it. And
Father's Day.
Yeah.
Snacked with the $5 says, as you said, you had a blackout in your area. Correct. Good to see you invited him.
Well, very well played. That's what he meant.
Yeah.
Exactly what he meant.
Hey, Eric, congrats on Outlaws Vidmauler. Anyway, see you next Tuesday. That's it. Fucking mosey on out, mate. Adriana Zaruk with a 50-month membership. Thank you. Zan Zoltan with a 500 RSs says, Gary, right now, you can't do this to me. I started this company.
Don't you know what I've sacrificed?
Yeah.
Back to formula.
Yeah. Oh my God. I've seen that everyone was it Kino calling DSP the greedier goblin instead of the green goblin. The greed goblin. Heavy D79R the $2 is Mauler's internet fun tax $2. There you go. Thank you. Let's see if we can get Mauler's power back on. Nordstrom with a 200 Serbian dinar. Blackhawk down 2. Home front. Oh. Roller Coaster gifting 5 memberships to the stream. Roller Coaster, thank you very much indeed, dude. Appreciate you, man.
Cheers.
Always good to see you. Zan's Old Town, another 500 RSs, says, Gary, Green Goblin Saga started right now, and we're all for it. He will come to Ryan and say, you know, I'm kind of a racist too. And boom, we have Gary Goblin.
Let's go.
Erin Pipes with $5 says, X-Ray needs to be here to explain how she lost Gary. I'd say easily.
Yeah.
Would be the answer to that. Nathan Cassidy with a $2 says, what happened to this show? Has found the real BBC? Casual racism, isn't it great?
I love it.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
the best kind.
Yeah.
I like it when it's casual.
It's the best kind, man.
It's the best. You know, the best kind of racism, casual.
Casual. You know.
It's like, what did you just say? Kind of racism. Whoa, Wizard with a $2 says hashtag release the dope blade.
Maybe I added a stretch goal for the animation fund. We'll make it happen. I might have to just throw it on just to piss everybody off.
Well, I mean, yeah, that would do that. Yeah, that would actually that would do that. Ladybug with a $2 says, I agree with Black Gary. Don't we all?
Hashtag me too.
Kritosis with a membership for 36 says, hey Gary, where's Mauler? His internet crapped out, dude, halfway through the show, which was great. which just really turned this chaotic fucking mess into even more of a chaotic fucking mess. And so we had an impromptu Rip and a Silverback, episode 97.
Yep.
Just out of nowhere. Eric's going to text me tonight going, well, you had it today. I'm having it tomorrow. It's my turn again. Oh, okay. Okay, we're doing that now. Nordstrom with a 500 Serbian dinar says, it makes me worried about the future of Henry's Warhammer. Amazon will definitely push for female Space Marines and or Custodes. And Henry's not the guy who compromises. It's why he left The Witcher. Well, that's why they've made female Custodes and female Space Marines law, you know, revisionist law, but they've made it law so they can do things like this. You got to hit the real law first, and then Henry technically doesn't have, or potentially doesn't have, a response to do that because it is technically law. Silly beggars, in other words. Silly beggars. But he's looking absolutely fucking jacked right now. Book of Grudges with a $5 says Witcher was an NBA layup. Netflix turned it into a WNBA layup.
Yes.
That's a good analogy.
Missing on a fast break, yep. Tough.
I love women's. You know, I love my women's. But my God, when I get on my Insta feed, when I get like WNBA, clips or women's soccer, oh my God. And they're there asking for the same money as men, and you're just like,
yeah, not gonna happen.
Pull those.
I say
up.
Just throw them in with the men. Just okay. You want to make as much as the men? Throw them in with the men.
Yeah.
NFL.
Oh shit!
Hockey, do it all.
Well, think about tennis, right? Like Andy Murray really speaks out pro female tennis players, and I agree with him. I think female tennis is actually really interesting to watch, even though it's different pace and whatever. I do. And then somebody said to Serena Williams, because he's a big advocate of Serena Williams. Somebody said to Serena Williams, what would it be like if you played Andy Murray? And she said, he'd kill me 6-0, 6-0. So, because men's tennis is a completely different pace to female tennis.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it was so good of her to, I know Serena's said a lot of dumb stuff, But in that time, that element, you're absolutely right. You know, you gotta make the distinction of reality there. But you put a female football player into a male oriented football player. Which league does she even get into? Fucking 29th, 30th, 50th, 100th?
How many leagues are there?
Oh, there's a lot. Because we go through
soccer?
like there's
because
once you get past the big, the main ones, there's 4 main ones. Then you go into the conference. Then the conference splits off, and then you go into the north, the south, and it just so it really kind of spreads. But you never get a fucking female in the Premier League, Championship, League One,
in any man's sport.
No.
It wouldn't. I always put it in context by explaining this. I have the 100-meter record still there for A&M Corpus Christi University for the 100-meter dash. That's faster than the women's world record by FloJo, and FloJo's record hasn't been touched.
Wow.
And I was a pretty fucking good athlete. I wasn't like, I was really good, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't like I was a regional qualifier, but I wasn't like a national fucking top 8 in the nation runner. I was never that.
Well, the female American team played Wrexham, and they got
rectum.
When it gets to 12-0, I think you have to call the game. If it gets to 12-0, you have
like
to call the game
skunk.
off.
Yeah.
So they hit the 12-0, and yes, they also got beat by under 15 male, under 15 boys. They also got beaten by that. So different reality. What is it? Do you know what the times are? Because FloJo is great.
I ran a 10. I ran a. I think FloJo might be the only woman that's ever run like a 10.4.
Right.
I think. Like I said, nobody's ever got close. But I've also ran 10.4. So that's the thing. Like it's not even. And that's a
fast fuck, man.
Yeah. No, and FloJo's record. And that's. FloJo's one of the more, just to put that into further perspective, FloJo's record is one of what people think is the untouchable track and field, one of the most untouchable track and field records. Like nobody, if you look at any of the hundreds, that was in the 80s that I think she broke it.
Yeah. I remember watching because she had the funky fingernail.
Yeah, the nails. Nobody has come even close to, guys knowing 100 meters, like 0.1 second is a fucking eternity. Like that's, that's like, it's the size of this room. Like there's been nobody even close to her, and I ran faster than that. I was never Olympian. I was never any of that.
Normal man with a 20 Canadian says, Gary, when you said you'd return from Egypt as an African expert, I didn't think you meant this.
I mean what I say.
Woronin forever with a 20-month. Thank you. Easy for me to say. Trapnotic with a $2 says, wait, Metroid came out? Yes, it did. After 8 years of waiting. Cougar with a $5 is the only way to save the electricity grid and video games is to imprison Mola. Mayhap. I mean, he is. He's in fucking power prison right now. Daniel Moore business.
He caused the blackouts in the UK. The rolling blackouts.
Maybe one of his tentacles hit something.
No, it's a fucking 17-hour video, man. It's frying everything.
They're doing it again on Friday.
The data centers can't keep up.
They're doing it again. Daniel Moore business with a €2 fee says, put an as edit up. Would love to see your reaction. An as edit of what? Of what? Of what though? Yamada and Seven Witches with a 40 yen says, as an Eric, in which comic you think Batman peaked? Personally, Hush. I think Batman peaked at Hush, which is what, 2003, 2004.
Yeah.
So I think that was the peak. I don't think he's ever. I mean, he might have peaked slightly before, but we're talking like sort of peaks and troughs. But it's certainly a peak and a peak and a trough, you know.
Yeah, but if you want to say like seminal run,
yeah,
a seminal run that like has anything after Hush gotten even close to that?
No.
There's been good stories, but
nothing's got close to that.
Yeah.
The closest that they've got from even just revitalizing Batman was Detective in the rebirth stuff, and then that fell off a fucking cliff.
Yes, it did.
Because we all know the New 52 wasn't it, but after
No.
that, like Rebirth was probably the closest that they got to getting them back to form, and then that didn't last long at all. God,
No,
damn,
because
man.
Tom
Court
King
of
started off
Owls
well.
was good, but I don't think it was. Somebody mentioned Court of Owls, which
I
was
won't call it
definitely
seminal.
popular, but I wouldn't call it seminal.
Yeah. It was good, but it was, and I think it was viewed as better because it'd been a long time since a really good Batman story had come along. So I think Court of Owls,
and it kicked up the sales
was
quite a bit.
certainly elevated. Yeah, well, I mean, Court of Owls hit when the New 52, it's the first story of the New 52, and those sales were huge to start with.
Well, to start
even
with,
if the
man.
thing, even if things turned out to be a disaster.
Yeah, it has totality turned out to be an absolute fucking disaster. Which is crazy, but yeah, that whole era was.
I'd say Hush, because Hush 2, it ain't doing shit.
No. I mean, Absolute Batman's talked about a lot, so I'd say it's the most talked about Batman series I've seen in years and years.
Yeah.
But like, what effect will that have on the industry?
It's not even his main universe, man.
No, it's Ultimate. It's DC figured out
DC's
Ultimate 25 years after the Ultimate universe.
Yeah, well,
good for them.
Yeah,
good for them.
But yeah, that would be for me. That would be personally.
That's a good question. That is a great question. It's hard to argue against that. It really is. I mean, some of the stuff though through the 90s. The thing about the 90s era stuff, obviously biased there. It has a lot of cultural references and modern depictions of Batman. So obviously someone brought up like it was Nightfall and all of that stuff, and that now is considered more integral to that character, right? But yeah, if you're talking like straight peak, it's an interesting way to word that question. If you're talking straight peak, it's hard to argue against. It probably got there at Hush, and it will never return. That's a good question.
It is a good question. It is a good question.
that
It's one that you can fucking talk rings around for hours, probably.
That could be a whole show, because I think we can equate that, even though Hush came out earlier, to the pop culture peak that Matt Walsh of all people brought up, but he's not wrong, of 2008, and what changed after that in so many mediums, with from comics to publishing to movies to film to gaming. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, we can maybe say, well, comics peaked a long time ago.
Well, if we're talking about the numbers, I mean,
yeah,
these sales. I mean, if you had the sales that they have right now in comics back then,
everything would be canceled.
Yeah, it's the diminishing returns for decades now. But I would say, if you want to say a peak of the 21st century, it was right around that time.
I mean, DC have had a couple of big wins recently, but that's because they had to, restart,
reboot,
Batman
and
again.
all that stuff. It's
the Absolute universe. It's the kind of gimmick. I mean, there's, like I said, there's 2 fucking Batman books going at the minute simultaneously. Like not different Batman. They're both called Batman.
Yeah.
Now, are they like? Is it a bi-weekly release, or are they 2 completely different titles?
Well, it took ages for the fucking latest part of Hush to come out. It's like 2 or 3 months gap between the 2 parts. It was
bi-monthly.
Kind of getting into so it's and then Matt Fraction's Batman #1 did very well, but we already know that Absolute Batman 2 that dropped by like 60%.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's I mean, look, you're always going to get a drop. Like, it has to be expected, but yeah, it's hard to it really is difficult nowadays to see what's going to be relevant and how we're going to look back on it. I think with comics particularly, you need there's got to be some time passed, because we often look at this stuff in the now, and I don't know how people are going to look at Absolute Batman 10 years from now, if it's going to be a bit. Because to be fair, like, I remember everybody was talking about New 52 as well when that shit came out, and then we do not look at that era fondly at all. So I think time will tell for sure.
Yeah. I was just talking to a retailer this weekend, and what numbers they do come up with, guys, and you know this, but maybe for the chat who doesn't know, they don't report comic book numbers anymore because Diamond is gone, and they have a couple of distributors. One of them is run basically by a comic shop, and so they get a collection of like 100 to 125,
and then they play
retailers,
and they guess,
and they're all Comics Pro retailers. So Comics Pro is an organization. I was actually kind of an original member back in the day, but it was implemented partially by Brian Hibbs. So yeah, it's I don't know how real those numbers are going to be. You know, you're averaging out an estimate, and honestly, the Diamond numbers were just, you know, units sold to shops.
Yeah, 2 shops. We don't
They
know
weren't
how
real
many
sales.
ended up in
Yeah.
the readers. Yeah.
So these aren't sales; they're shipped.
Yeah.
So it's like saying we sent 5,000 hair dryers to Boots, but how many of those 5,000 hair dryers did Boots actually sell? Who knows? So we're never gonna get those numbers. But yeah, that is absolutely worth picking up. Hell yeah. Fuck
Yep,
yeah.
that's good stuff.
Victor with a 2 Canadian 79 says, as Miles Gary, have you played Near Automata? No, I
have, yeah.
Pick that up.
Yeah, go grab that for
pick
sure.
that up, chat.
Get that in the store right now.
Yeah. Best selling cover, just saying. No biggie. No biggie. David Breen with a €2 says, African expert in the house. Hey, guys from Ireland. It's from Ireland. The imaginary clip with a $10 says, hello, Ripper, Az and Gary. I just wanted to ask you guys, what Wonder Woman comics runs would you recommend? Especially anyone, Burns. You
that's
really
easy.
think really captured at the core of the character.
Yeah, if you go with it, Brown, that's always gonna be. But I think for sure, George Perez. That's a no-brainer. That's 80s going into the 90s. You cannot go wrong with that. They may be the GOAT. I'm gonna throw a curveball at you.
Wolf and Prez. Best creators. Like, where'd you put them in the 80s creators? How high? How high do they go?
I mean,
top 3,
top. I mean, maybe top 2, man. Like
top 2.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
They
George
created
Perez
a comic that outsold the X-Men when it was, you know,
Teen
peaking.
Titans.
Yeah.
That I would say Perez. You want to? This is how I want to make Az very happy with this one. Believe it or not, there's a character that I know a lot of people don't think fondly of, but I'll put it to you like this. It's the best way that I could put this, right? Because I'm not even speaking fondly, though she's, to be fair, has only said positive things about me publicly. There's one comic creator that I would argue her best work, take that for whatever way that you may, but her best work is probably what she did on the Wonder Woman run, and that is Gail Simone. That's probably her best work is her Wonder Woman run. So take that for whatever way that you may.
I'll get them out.
Mm-hmm.
Take your 610 with a $5 says, I don't care what the history books tell you. My grandmother always told me Gary is black. Nice Cleopatra reference there, dude. I got the reference.
I got that reference.
Daniel Moore Business with a €6 says, Miles is in one level. The rest of the game, he only shows up when you go back to the base to upgrade your blaster. Maybe it's one too many. Gamer Grams for the $2 says, how'd you get in on the Japan trip?
I don't have the link, but maybe if X-Ray Girl's out there still, I don't know if she's got a wrench. There are, I believe, 4 spots left. 4 spots left. But tune into FNT and we'll put up the link. But X-Ray Girl can direct you in that information through
Ricky RRV with a €5, $5 even, says,
There
would
it
be
is,
fucking hilarious if Peanut wins Creator of the Year at the Game Show Awards.
Look at Kara bringing up the leg.
Yeah, he would. It
Japan.
would.
Thanks.
TJ Crink with the $5 says, I had a dream last night that I realized was a dream because Gary was giving me advice on how to play Fortnite. I don't even play Fortnite.
That would be my advice. Don't play Fortnite. You're a straight man. So.
Made in UK has been a member for 34 months. Says, what's each of your guys' favorite wrestlers?
I'm assuming, by the way.
Favorite wrestler, Gary?
Favorite wrestler, Roddy Piper.
Okay. Eric?
Man, it's gonna sound cliche, but I'm Texas, man. It's probably Stone Cold.
It's Stone Cold for me. So Stone Cold and Kurt Angle, but Stone Cold to me is the fucking goat. To me, he's the goat.
Yeah.
Gregory Lieber with a $2 says best use of travel time is Millennium Falcon. I got you.
Got it.
Yeah. Nah, I get you. Carl Hauser with a 20 Canadian says, wait a minute, real BBC? How come I'm not in? Ripping the silverback, bud. Ripping the silverback.
Shout out Cole Hauser. What's up?
Yeah, shout out to him. Mechanicism Studios with a $2 says, oi, brav, when is the Ripper Fest results in it?
We obviously have a ass load of submissions to go through. But that just closed 3 days ago. So we are getting on that, and I think soon for sure. But yeah, there's a lot of submissions that we're gonna have to comb through. And unfortunately, we do live in the age of like the AI stuff. So we really gotta comb through a lot of these to make sure everything is clean. So lot of work there, but yeah, we'll keep you guys posted.
Trek Blade's been a member for 42 months. Says happy Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you, but
yeah.
Dark Side with a 40 somethings. When did MCU peak? I say Ant-Man 3 Hank's speech. Is that Yen as well? I think that's Yen as well. The MCU peak. What was peak MCU? I don't know. Even Black Widow started off with some of the most retarded fucking MCU shite you've ever seen. Hank's speech in Ant-Man was more fucking commie shit than MCU. Marvels. It's got to be the Marvels because it's a film that was centered around women being women being the driving force, and it failed fucking miserably. So it has to be Marvels for me. The other two, they don't give a fuck.
No, I'm actually pondering because
okay.
You gotta understand when
I get you.
I tapped out at not Wonder Woman. What the fuck? Excuse me, Black Widow. That was when I was like, I'm done with this shit. So, man, that's a good question because I can't say Captain Marvel because to me that was more the front end of it. That was more like, oh shit, this is the direction that they're going in, not the peak, right? So. I don't know, man.
You could even say Endgame. You know when they did the fucking female only
bit
in Endgame.
Shit, I forgot about that scene.
So
that was the
when the MCU peaked or
MC the CU peaked.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I think peak, but not peak in a good way.
So if we're gonna do like the bad peak, it's arguably She-Hulk. It's got to be She-Hulk. But I could also make a very, very good argument about Secret Invasion and Gaia. Gaia at the end was just.
Let's move on quick.
Yeah.
Dibsy with a 5 Australian says, did Az not have electricity? I heard he didn't have electricity. No electricity? Electricity. It's true. I'll go through the story again if you want, right? So anyway.
Right.
Kickster with a 14-15 Australian. Gary, my cousin is one of the leading archaeologists in Lebanon. If you ever wanted to visit Baalbek,
yes,
or Baalbek, he's a fantastic guide who knows all the Roman ruins front to back.
Baalbek has the largest cut stone ever. They weren't able to move it, and they couldn't move it today if they wanted to.
Wow.
But they had moved stones that were almost as big for the foundation of the Temple of Jupiter, which was a temple before that. Long story on that one, but it's amazing. It's a dangerous place to go, but
yes, Lebanon.
Amazing.
Albert Nana Retro with a 5 Canadian says Rucker had an excellent run on Wonder Woman. Gail Simone's Wonder Woman run is unreasonable once you get past the circle.
But that was a big thing, though. The circle was probably the number one thing that people took away from that particular run. It's fucking crazy ass Amazons. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that it was the greatest. I told you what my greatest run was. I'm just saying if you want to see the best version of Gail Simone, it probably is that Wonder Woman run. That's probably the best she's done. Take that for whatever way that you make. Take that for whatever.
5 Canadian says, wait, with Eric here, does this mean there's a real... You're fucking late to this real BBC fucking party joke. It's the 4th person. Albert, it's the 4th person.
Still funny.
You still get it. Yeah. I didn't say it wasn't. Just said he's late. Take a 610 with a $5. It says BTW Psylux is the main antagonist of Metroid Prime 4. Appears to be a pouty man who's mad about being shown up by a girl boss. That's his character. Sounds great. And that has caught us up. So before we go, again, chat, pinned at the top of the comment section is the link that will take you through to the Ripperverse.
Let's go.
Ripperworks Animation Fund. So they are doing a funding drive. If it has to do, it's an all or nothing. All or nothing. So it's got to fill up this red bar here. If that happens, that happens. If that doesn't fill up, that doesn't happen. But if that fills up and that fills up, then it all happens.
It all happens. Yep.
So there you go. So what they're doing at the minute is doing a goal for animation. A 50,000 goal will get you 10 short animated clips. 100,000 goal will get you a fully animated high action trailer. And the support tiers are down below right here. So you can choose which one, just whatever you can, couple of dollars, whatever, $5, 10, 25, 50, hundo. And each of them come with their own little reward structure. So there you go. Even the possibility, if you've got big money, you can actually be in the animation itself, canonized as part of the Ripperverse for good. And if you're watching this back on replay later on, it's in the description box down below. You can click that link and go check and go support that out. And this is, something different for the Ripperverse fans. Please support if you want / able to. Eric, anything else that you'd like to plug before we go, sir?
Nah, obviously we got the detention crew is going to be ending soon this week by the Saska. So just go to ripperverse.com. We got all sorts of cool stuff happening over there. I appreciate everybody donating to the animation fund. I would love to do more of those. Take them up to the next level. You guys have seen what we're capable of doing with our animations. And again, even if it's $5, doesn't matter. Hell, if it's $3, if you do the open support, I appreciate you guys. So thank you so much.
Gary, anything else? Anything you'd like to plug before we go, sir?
I'm back to work. All this messing around and traveling is done. Going to start making videos. Got a lot of stuff to catch up on, including the war between the land and sea, which is called by GB News BBC sparks woke fury as new Doctor Who spinoff branded self-righteous box ticking fest. Can't wait to see it.
Surprise. Then
there's like some tranny coal miner thing going on. And then there's Netflix wanted to do their own Yellowstone, but they did it with Gillian Anderson. And I heard that's freaking just awful as well. And there's Landman. Lots of stuff to catch up on. Lots of stuff to catch up on.
Chat, I'm going to upload a video now. It's ready for upload. It was going to go up during the show, but it wasn't. Anyway, so I've got a video that's going to be out within the next
What's it about?
It's the box office rundown. It's the box office rundown about what has been performing and not performing over the last week So I go into Five Nights at Freddy 2, Wicked for Good, which has fallen off a fucking cliff and died. The unbelievable amount of money that Zootopia 2's brought in. And we have a little look at exactly how that gaslit movie, piece of shit, Predator Girl Boss is actually doing. And guess what, folks? It's dead, and it's lost about $50 to $60 million.
Watch
so I'm going
the video.
To all of that. All of that.
Question: when is the Supergirl trailer coming out?
This week.
That's all we know is this.
That's
week.
all we know this week. Yeah, so it should be here for Friday Night Tights.
Oh goodness, it will be the greatest trailer ever. It's going to save superhero films, save the DCU, and make $1 billion.
Yeah. And if you hate it, then you're a piece of shit, stupid, misogynistic. You just hate good characters, blah, blah, blah. The movie's going to come out. It's going to make £3.50 in a packet of All Brand.
Yeah, I wonder if we get the Doomsday trailer this week, too. I wonder if Marvel tries to mushroom stamp them. That would be kind of funny. That'd be great.
Oh, I'd like that. Oh, I'd like that a lot.
That would be funny.
I know today's been rather chaotic, folks. Let's just say wasn't a lot of time on what was going on today. But massive thank you to everyone who did turn out tonight. Big thank you. Love you so much for that. Mods, thank you for giving up your free time as well. Appreciate you so much indeed. Everybody who super chatted, remembered, gifted memberships, all that good stuff. Thank you for supporting the channel. And we'll be on Gary's next week. Then.
Yes.
So until then, you take care. Goodbye, Bloomo.
Adios.